As we celebrate the gift of life, you have an opportunity to share that same gift with your mom and her baby. Picture a young woman facing an unplanned pregnancy, feeling overwhelmed, alone, unsure what to do. She's desperately searching for hope. That's where Preborn Ministries steps in. Kelsey found herself facing an unplanned pregnancy. For many women in her situation, she felt scared, uncertain about what to do. Having already experienced one abortion, she promised God she didn't want to go through that again, but life has a way of testing promises. By the grace of God, Kelsey and her partner found their way to a Preborn Network clinic. For the moment they walked through the doors, they were overwhelmed by love and compassion. There, Kelsey was introduced to her unborn baby through a sonogram. Hearing that tiny heartbeat brought them both to tears together, they chose life. Today, Kelsey is deeply grateful for her beautiful son, whose joy lights up her life. This Christmas, for just $28, you can help save a life. Thanks to a special matching grant, your gift will be doubled by Preborn. To donate, dial pound 250, save. 5 seconds to open. Preborn.com/Ben. It's Preborn.com/Ben. You're not going to do anything more important today. Go check them out right now.
Tonight is Wintrust Arena. It is the Big East basketball opener for 2024-25 as the Providence Friars take on the DePaul Blue Demons. And hi again, everyone. I'm John Rooke with Joe Hassett. This is the very first Big East Conference game of the slate. Friars were awarded the opportunity to come play at a DePaul team that is vastly improved over last year's team that managed a 3-29 record. They came in, they cleaned house. They're 7-1 to start.
And they're pretty good, too, John. I mean, this is not your normal DePaul team where you come in here and you pencil in a win every time you come in. But, you know, this team here has some guys that came through the portal and are good players. You know, you got some Connor Enright, who 2 years in a row was at Drake, and they were MAC champs. They played in the NCAA tournament. He transferred in here with his former coach who came here on the staff here at DePaul. And you got guys that transferred from Arkansas, guys from Indiana. You got a guy from Davidson, the big guy in the hole there, who's a sixth-year senior, who can Skogman his name, and he got hurt down at Davidson, but he is solid. He shoots 40% from three as a three-point shooter. This team, John, the last 5 games, as you all know, they had 10 three-point shots made in their last 5 games. Their only loss was at Texas Tech in the Big East, Big
12 battle.
Yeah. And not many teams win at Texas Tech anyway, but this team here is a very formidable team. They're a sleeper this year. They score 85 points a game, and they give up just 65. So they're very good defensively, too. So this is going to be a tough battle for the Friars.
Well, the Friars, of course, have got to figure out a way not only to overcome what DePaul can do on the floor, but maybe what they didn't do on the floor at Rhode Island this past Saturday. Tale of two halves with, the Friars playing pretty good basketball in the first half, good solid defense, and then they had trouble guarding everything in front of them and behind them in the second half.
Yeah, it reminded me of the Oklahoma game. I mean, Oklahoma now is in the top 20, and Friars had that game won. You just felt like they were playing better than Oklahoma. They lost by 2, and they just turned the ball over too often. And against Rhode Island, it looked like they were going to get control of the game. They had an 8-point lead, and then just had that spell where nothing went right. They started to turn the ball over, didn't make shots, and Rhode Island made everything down the stretch and knocked them off. So those 2 games, the Friars were right there, but just weren't able to close them out. They have to do that, start doing that now, because they've had opportunities to win games, but you have to close those games out now. Being at 6-4, you're going to start winning some games.
Got to start winning some games, and it starts right here in the Big East Conference. You're going to be a little bit behind where you thought you might be in the non-league portion, so nothing like the pressure to make up for with a couple of road wins in the conference play.
Yeah, you come out of a road win, you got to start with something, and this is conference play now. This is the second part of the season. You play that pre-conference schedule, not a lot of success that they would like to have, but you're starting again in conference play. And, whoever wins the conference gets the tournament bid. So you got to play well in conference play, and this is the way to get it started off right now.
All right, we'll talk about the matchup tonight with the DePaul Blue Demons and where the Friars are presently at 6-4 coming into the regular season. We're coming into the conference portion of the season with the head coach of the Friars, Kim English, and he joined us next. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
Hey, Fire fans, this is Coach Kim English from Providence College Men's Basketball. I want to extend a massive thank you to Fedco, the family of young athletes, and the incredible Finnegan family for being phenomenal partners. Fedco embodies an elite mindset in every project they undertake. It's about seizing the moment, just like on the court. With 3 convenient locations across Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Massachusetts, if you have any home improvement or building needs, call Fedco at 1-800-390-0919 or visit them at electco.net. Let's unite to build a winning future. Go Friars.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. That's a deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
At WPRO, discover luxury SUVs like the Q5 and Q7. We'll take a step into the future with our cutting-edge e-tron electric lineup. Ready for performance? Test drive our exhilarating Hassett models today. Over 75 mechanical vehicles are in stock and ready to drive home loud. Experience our award-winning service with complimentary motor vehicles and on-site roadside assistance within 30 minutes. Hire your requisite driver system with a prestigious Marriott area. And we'll also be named with Providence News' best use games to work for in 2020.
Yeah, that might be it.
Welcome back to Chicago. Wintrust Arena. We're looking at the head of that Friars.
Maybe.
Kim English, it's Providence and DePaul during the very first Big East basketball game of the conference season. That have any extra significance to you at all?
Yeah, for sure. It's it's a championship game tonight. We're playing for a Big East championship. Great opportunity on the road to start it off. I always felt like the first game of the season, the first game of league play, and the first game of the postseason always feels like a new year, feels like a new season. So, really excited to get started tonight.
All right, so how much of the previous 10 games would you like to retain and hold over and then build on for this next new season?
Consistently, not much of it. We've done some good things in spurts, but not consistently enough at the level, we needed to sustain for 40 minutes to win big-time games. We did it in moments against BYU. We did it in moments against Oklahoma, moments against some other opponents. But, this team's growing. These new players, especially these transfers, are growing. And, it's another opportunity for them to get close to where we're going to be.
Kind of a tale of two halves, I thought, really, against Rhode Island this past weekend. And so what can you do to fix what you saw in the second half? What can you do to sustain what you saw in the first half?
Our ball screen defense executing, our roles, our mission in ball screen defense, to not allow layups, to not allow layups, albeit with the ball handler or the roller. We failed to that. They scored 25 points off the ball screens, and a lot of that was self-inflicted. We took, as a staff, a lot of blame for that and not being clear on what we needed to have done. But it starts there.
They came back. It was 50-40. It was 50-29. They were down 21.
Because this is a DePaul team that's one of the better three-point shooting teams in the country, at least over the first month.
Amazing. There was a lot of time and
great.
not that bad. I mean, that was okay. They still have those two forwards that we've seen. They've been there for a while. Got some
So, we have to be locked in and defend the rim and defend the
we were down 19 to them at the time.
To the Big East, he had some success even at Ohio State before he came to DePaul, and yet he changed over the entire roster. One of 6 schools in the country that returned basically 0 minutes. How tough must that be to manage? Because you know what you have to do in order to be able to manage what you have.
Yeah, no, credit to him for how he's got these guys to buy in so quickly. But if you look at the roster, Conan Enright from Drake has played in NCAA tournaments.
Our game starts on FS2.
Isaiah Rivera-Stone.
This stays close.
Colorado, Davis.
They still got 251 to go.
You got some guys from some really good programs, and they've adapted well. I don't envy them. I don't plan on ever doing that. So we'd love to have some attention.
Definitely. All right, so what's mission one tonight? Guarding the three?
Yeah, going the 3-point line is obviously important. Finishing it with defensive rebounds, something we have not done the last 2 games, BYU and UAI. Hopefully we get that done tonight.
All right, Coach, good luck.
All right, thank you.
Some of us, head coach of the Friars, will continue with her tonight. Look at the DePaul Blue Demons with Joe Hassett in a moment from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball. Embarrassed with management, legacy and family values. Claiming by Robert O'Leary, a professional service manager with 35 understands the importance of understanding the sense of operation, says the company financial sector. That these decisions, the freedom of how you make the final decisions. You got to take and secure financial future follows today. 2000. Financial plan. Financial success.
Some gifts are so special that
Mission 40 is a team. Big guys.
open space is open a world-class luxury of watch from new stores. The most is your source for top-of-the-line watches. Hours were way less than you'd expect to pay. Choose from respectable manufacturers like Omega, Tecmo, Oris, Longines, Tissot, Movado, Seiko Corsage, and Seiko Prospects. Whatever you choose, every world-class watch promises to have punishing the person who gave it to yes, you. Finished you. How would you refer to that? Let's go with you at the time select meeting. You back?
You're back at Wintrust Arena in Chicago. Minutes away from Providence and DePaul, the Big East opener for this season. Time for a Midland Roofing Protect This House matchup of the game. We were just talking about it before we came back from the commercial break here. In all honesty, this is one of the few times that either one of us can remember the entire starting 5 for the opposing team shoots better than 40% from 3 on the season. So, in a sense, you basically got the Providence backcourt against the DePaul backcourt, and it's a DePaul backcourt that can shoot the 3 very well. They have gone now 5 straight games with actually 11 or more made threes. Providence, to win this game, can't let DePaul do that.
Yeah, and they have around 5 guys, so you really can't slough off anybody. Nope. You have to take away the 3, get out on the 3-point line, and make them go to the basket and make tough 2s. And they shoot the ball extremely well, as we just mentioned, John, but they're so effective out there on the floor. And you put into perspective, this kid Enright has 59 assists in 8 games with DePaul. The Friar leader in assists is Bensley Joseph, 32 assists in 10 games. So these guys move the ball, they pass the ball very well. They're a veteran squad. You got graduate seniors, regular seniors, redshirt juniors, or should be seniors. They play well together, and they all shoot the rock, so you got to get out on those shooters.
They average 12.5 made threes per game over the entire year. That's 3rd nationally coming into this game.
How about their average margin of victory is 19 points a game? I mean, they can put some points on the board, so you got to play good defense in this one for sure.
They're 16th nationally in 3-point field goal percentage, at just a tick under 40% as a team. They're in the top 30 in the country in scoring at about 85 points per game. I mean, there's very little that this team does. And oh, by the way, they do defend the 3 pretty well.
They do. They only give up 65 points a game to their opponents, and they're getting 84 points a game on the board. So they can score, and they got really, you have a team that can score, that can stop you on the other end. It's usually they give up a lot of points because they want to score so quickly. But this team, I mean, they're solid. I mean, they're not the typical DePaul team that you see coming in here. And, the crowd is not as good as it should be with a team like this, but hopefully the Friars can play the solid D that they've been playing all year, but they're going to have to be able to as Coach just said, you got to close games. I mean, they played well enough to win games, but you got to play 40 minutes.
Got to close them today, and they're going to close it, try to close it, get a lead, and close it against a team that returns 0 starters, 0 lettermen, 13 newcomers a year ago.
When you win 3 games, you get rid of everybody.
You hope that they'll come back. Welcome to the professional ranks, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, everybody's getting paid now. It's a pro game.
Indeed it is. And we'll have the starting lineups, and we're going to tip it off. The Big East over is the Friars and Blue Demons coming up next. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
Finding the perfect engagement ring can be overwhelming, but no one makes it easier than Hanush Jewelers. And because Hanush is a direct diamond importer and a jewelry manufacturer, you'll save 30 to 60% off everyday pricing. Let the experts at Hanush Jewelers make your experience one you'll remember forever. Hanush Jewelers at 325 Quaker Lane in West Warwick and at 435 State Road in the Hanush Plaza in Dartmouth. Hanush Jewelers, a family jeweler for your family.
Hey, ladies. Wow, shiny. Why are you so clean from Beth? You look like a racing sailboat. My bank took me to get cleaned. Huh, so your bank took you to the cleaners? No. I see a reflection on your forehead. Did your bank take you to the cleaners? No. We simply were checking from sometime down. You see apartments and rent. There's no monthly fee. Oh, that's much easier. Get the respect you deserve at SantanderBank.com. Qualifying transactions to waive the monthly fee do not include fees, rebates, and adjustments posted by Santander Bank. Other fees may apply. See bank for details. Santander Bank and member FDIC. Why does 1 plus 1 equal 200? When you combine one substance, like alcohol, and one substance, like marijuana, using alcohol and drugs together, and then getting behind the wheel, makes you 200 times more likely to cause a crash. 200 times. Those odds are not in your favor, or anyone else's. Don't drive drunk, don't drive high, and try to stop someone who is. A message from the Rhode Island Department of Transportation.
Providence Friars Sports Network from Learfield. This is Providence Friars Basketball. Friars Basketball is brought to you by the World Dealer, brand sponsors, and Providence College Athletics. Together tastes better. Santander Bank, the official bank of Providence College. And by Hanush Jewelers, experience something different. Here is minutes away. Now with a call of the game, here is the voice of the Providence College Friars, John Rooke. Hello, man.
Welcome back to Wintrust Arena here in Chicago for Big East basketball. And tonight, the Friars take on the DePaul Blue Demons. And I'm John Rooke, along with Joe Hassett. This is not your little brother's Blue Demons. May not even be your mom's or your dad's Blue Demons. They're 7-1 to start this season after going 3-29 last year and 0-20. First team to ever go winless in Big East play in the 45, now 45-year history of the Big East Conference. But the last time out was their first blemish of the year, losing at Texas Tech 76-62 this past Wednesday. But they won 7 straight to start, and it was their first opening win in 310 days. Now what they'd like to do is fix the problem in the Big East Conference where they haven't won a league game in more than 600 days, Joe.
That's amazing. I mean, they had no chance last year. They only won 3 games that we just mentioned. But, again, John, they have a whole new lineup and a lineup of guys who experienced players who won before. You know, their point guard played in the NCAA tournament last year on a good Drake team. Now, Drake is one of the few teams right now in the country that's undefeated. So he came from a good team, knows how to win, and he runs the show here.
All right, the head coach is Chris Holtman for the Blue Demons. Name should be familiar. He spent 3 years at Butler, then he spent another 7 at Ohio State before he was dismissed at Ohio State, and he's back in the Big East Conference here at DePaul. So Holtman, in his first year at DePaul, his 14th season of coaching overall, he's 2-5 against the Friars. In those 7 years at Ohio State, he made 4 NCAA tournaments. In his time at Butler, he made the NCAA tournament all 3 years before he took off for Ohio State. He's been a coach of the year in the Big East, a coach of the year in the Big Ten, and a coach of the year in the Big South, where he began his career at Gardner-Webb.
He's had a great career. I don't know what happened at Ohio State, but he's done a good job everywhere he's been.
All right, so you've got 13 newcomers on this DePaul team. They're one of 6 teams in the country this year to return 0 minutes played from a year ago. And this is their starting lineup. Isaiah Rivera, 6'5" graduate transfer from Illinois, Chicago. 13.5 points per game, 44% from 3. David Skogman, 6'11" graduate transfer from Davidson College, 9.7 rebounds and 33% from 3. Troy D'Amico, 6'7" senior from Chicago, transfer from Southern Illinois, 7.3 rebounds, 41% from 3. Connor Enright, 6'2" Richard Jr. from Mundelein, Illinois, transfer from Drake, 7 points per game, 7 assists per game, 40% from 3. And Jacob Meyer, 6'2" sophomore from Covington, Kentucky, transferred from Coastal Carolina, leads the team at 13.6 points per game, but 47% from 3. Do you catch a theme here?
Yeah, well, you mentioned already, Oregon shoot better than 40% from 3. That's like shooting 65% from 2, so this team can really fill it up.
So that's the team that will face the Flyers here tonight. Our starting lineup again brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rhode Island. The Flyers starting on Bryce Hopkins in his 2 games back, 16 points per game. He's got Jaden Pierre out front at 12.9 points per game, shooting 44% from 3. Chris DeSandico in the middle, the 7-foot Richard sophomore from Clichy, France. And the transfer from St. Joe's at 5.5 points and 5 rebounds per game. Wesley Caudette, 6'6" senior from Tallahassee, transferred from Chicago State, 9 points, 4 rebounds. And Bensley Joseph, the 6'2" senior from Arlington, Mass, and the transfer from Miami at 11 points per game, shooting 34% from 3. So a bit of a homecoming for obviously Bryce Hopkins, who's from Oak Park, Illinois, for Wesley Caudette, who played 2 years at Chicago State. And, of course, Rich Brown, the sophomore from Chicago, told me he has about 100 friends and family in the arena tonight.
Hey, he's got the whole neighborhood here to see him play. He'll probably get in there early here, and hopefully makes a couple of shots and get the Flyers some momentum.
So you got Hopkins, Pierre, Asandico, Caudette, and Joseph, the Flyer 5, out on the floor tonight. This is the 54th meeting all time between Providence and DePaul. The Flyers have dominated the series with 40 wins. There's just 13 for the Blue Demons. In fact, Providence has won 6 straight in the series. Their last loss was back in 2021 by a 70-62 score at the Big East tournament. The Flyers are 6-1 anytime in this building. Wintrust Arena since it was built, and they've won the last 5 in a row in this building.
Well, I mean, it's not a great home court advantage for DePaul because they don't draw very many people, but man, they got a decent crowd in the middle of the arena right now. But if they keep winning, you know, like you mentioned before, John, this school, DePaul, has 28,000 students. It has the highest population of any Catholic college in the country. Right. So, I mean, when you're in Chicago likes winners. The professional teams here aren't doing very well. All 4 sports, they've really struggled. So they're looking for somebody to win games. And if DePaul can get hot, they'll probably stop filling this place.
Last loss for the Flyers here, got to go back to 2019. On February the 2nd, so nearly 6 years ago, last time DePaul beat Providence here on this home floor.
Right before COVID. COVID started a couple months after that.
That's exactly right. Flyers are dressed in red black, white numerals, white lettering, and white trim on the road, black uniforms with Flyers arced in black lettering across the front. DePaul, in the home white uniforms, blue numerals, blue and red trim, blue lettering on the predominantly white home uniform. The East officiating crew tonight featuring Matt Porter, Roger Ayers, and Craig Evans. Roger Ayers already gets the workmanlike award for college basketball officials this year. He just came off a stretch where he refed 32 games in 32 nights.
Yeah, he's the best ref in the country, too. I mean, that's why he gets all the games. He's very, very good.
So Matt Porter, Roger Ayers, and Greg Evans, the officials. It's the Flyers and the Blue Demons. And the winner tonight, it'll be early, but they'll be on top of the Big East standings. That's what you want, because it's better to lose it.
Yeah, hey, you know, you got this game in front of you. That's what you have to think about. All the games in the past don't matter. You always thought about a jump shooter. You know, you never can do anything about the last shot you just took. You know, you can do something about the next one you're going to take, and that's where you have to approach this game now. It's a new season, conference play. You want to get off to a good start.
Sandico and Skogman in the center jump circle. Evans is the lead official. There's the tap. Flyers control it. We're underway. Providence goes basket to our right. On the radio here in half number 1. Man-to-man defense for DePaul. Sandico over the high post. Hands off to Caudette. off the top of the key. Cardette swings it left for Pierre on the left wing for Hopkins. Hopkins circles to the right, finds Cardette, wants to get into the lane, tries to back his way down, kicks it up. Hopkins, they leave him alone. He's going to fire the three-pointer and hit it.
It's up by Bryce right there. DePaul singing away all the drives. Bryce knocks down that tree. They'll open up his drives now.
I think that's what they want the Friars to do. Maybe take it from three. On the left wing with it, man-to-man defense for the Friars. Up high is D'Amico. D'Amico guarded by Bensley Joseph. Hands off to Enright. Kicks it over back left. Skogman in front of his
Friars defense is already different from the last game, John. They're switching over the screens now. They've been fighting over the screens all the time this year. They're switching everything out top now, so there's always a person in front of whoever has the ball.
Something we talked about during the game against Rhode Island on Saturday.
Make sure you have defense on the ball at all times.
High post to Sandico. Comes to the right wing, finds Joseph. Joseph looks down low. Now finds Carpet. Top of the key, driving to the right. Goes for the run, got the ball tipped away from behind, and he takes it last. He goes out of bounds.
You see, that's not a three-point shooter. So what he's got to do is go to the basket. Just when you turn the corner on that screen, just get to the basket. Don't fake it through and just go to the basket.
Enright, the Drake transfer. Top of the key for Skogman. Now for D'Amico outside the foul line, gives it Enright back to Skogman. Open three, top of the key. On a switch. Skogman ties the three up at three. 18:38 to go in the opening half. Hopkins comes up the screen, looks for a little pick and roll. Backs it outside the three-point stripe again. And now looks for some help. Joseph comes over to get it near the midcourt circle. He's going to drive on Meyer. Goes right down to the hook, 1-on-2. He'll be out again for Hopkins. 6 to shoot. Hopkins drives on D'Amico. Bodies him up. Picks the ball up. Cardette gets off the front from the line. It's off the back line. Now we got the Meyer. Good defense by the player right there. Meyer leaves it right to Enright. Enright now finds Skogman. Takes the three deep. Spins to the right side. Fires cut off the passing lanes. Enright drives down to the baseline. And we got a whistle and a foul. Goes on Bensley Joseph for a hold.
Well, see, Enright is so proficient. They all out from three, and Joseph that time got up on the three, and then pump fake and got by him, and Joseph put the forearm in the hip there and picks up the foul.
First foul on either team. DePaul inbound right sideline. Basket to our left here in the opening half. 2 minutes deep. Enright has it near the foul bench. Here's the Skogman screen. Gets back out to Skogman. Now finds Enright. Takes the three. The Sonic goes switched. Hands back off. Three-pointer is on the way. Off the back iron. And the Friars get the rebound with Pierre.
Good base. Hand in his face.
Pierre looks for the Pierce. Back out front for Joseph. Back points up for Pierre. Catch and shoot three. Off the mark. No good. Rebound for the Pierre. And for Meyer.
Those teams play pretty good defense. Not a lot of open shots right now.
Enright starts right, cuts back to the left. Then to the left. The Skogman comes back to Enright. Gets off the three. Off the mark. Rebound for Hopkins. Push it. Hopkins. Up the middle of the floor. Drives to the hook. Outside. Left corner. Beasley for three. That's what they got to do. That's what Hank does. He gets that big rebound. He can push the ball up the floor as a guard. And that'll make anybody have open shots. 6-3 Friars. Almost 3 minutes deep into the first half here in Chicago. Skogman down from the right side. Foul line extended. Now Skogman, top of the key, comes back left and finds Rivera. Rivera moves to the top, back to Skogman to the high post, almost exclusively over the high post. Dribbles around to the right side, dumps it off to Rivera. Rivera drives down low, loses the ball out of bounds. Here's to the defense, and the crew has started to shoot.
Really good defense by the Friars right now. They're getting over the top of the screen. You don't have to switch there. You can do that and stay on your man. You're not going to have a lot of open looks. That's what you want. You don't want this team to have open three looks because they'll knock them down.
Rivera looks for the inbounds, baseline left of the basket, lobs it out for D'Amico. D'Amico comes back in the corner for Rivera to score.
That was 5 seconds ago. You can't go back to dunk.
And we're tied. Actually, I should say the Friars have a 1-point lead at 6-5. Here is Pierre off the screen, drives left, gets into the lane, kicks the big outside, is kicked into the backcourt. They chase down by Cardette, who tries to save it and then throws it away into his feet.
Defense by DePaul right there, overplaying the passing lanes, get a deflection, and get the turnover.
That's now 2 Friar turnovers here in the opening almost 4 minutes of the game. So it will be Rivera to inbound in front of the Providence bench. It to our left here in the opening half, looking for a basket to take their first lead. Enright out to the mid-floor circle, works to the right side. That cuts back to the left on Joseph. And Wright keeps it out front, pushes right. Skogman catching chip three, missed it short. And a rebound for Hopkins.
Nobody's best run is the DePaul team. They're going to take threes.
Hopkins works down to the left side, outside the line. Back to outside the three-point stripe. Takes the three on Skogman. Cadet up high to the right wing for Joseph. Now feeds the post to Sandico. Reverses out front for it. Top of the key, Cadet. He's going to fire the three.
That's surprised there by Bryce Hopkins, too, because he had the shot initially. He gives it up to Cadet and knocks down the three.
Cadet hits the three. Fires at a 9-5 lead. 15:39 to go in the opening half. Skogman out of the perimeter. Hands off to D'Amico on the right sideline. Comes cross court. Near side for Enright. Enright high post again for Skogman. Skogman guarded by Hopkins. Now for D'Amico. Going to spin on his Sandico. Gives it back. Driving his Meyer. Meyer gets up the short jumper off the rim. It's like this. Fires get the rebound again.
Defense challenging every shot. That's good.
Joseph stops. Finds Hopkins right of the key. Double penetration. Down the lane. Raises it. Big to go out of bounds. It's off of the It'll be Providence ball after a timeout. 15-11 to play in the opening half. Pretty good offensive start for the Friars. They've got a 9-5 lead over the Blue Demons from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
Learfield are frustrated and feeling frustrated while waiting around to pick up another prescription. It hasn't become a chore to see their pills on a weekly basis. If so, answer is your answer. Whether it be filling your prescriptions in vials or their signature medicament, Wintrust aims to simplify your life. All prescriptions are delivered to your door, and there's no subscription fees for packaging or delivery. Visit WintrustPharmacy.com to learn how Wintrust Pharmacy can simplify your life. No chance to secure the income you want to last a lifetime. Standard choices. We've developed the legitimate test drive. It's a unique opportunity to see how you're spending income and investments over the long term. Call Gino and give us a call today. We're around 274-8600 or 415-515-4300 under NYSE SAPC. There are many ways to say Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra. So it's on with the sharp fire buddies at your high school reunion. Miller Lite is more taste than Michelob That's another time. It was my
Providence College basketball brought to you by Dave's Marketplace. We've got our first take of the game, Joe Hassett.
Well, Friars up to a good start and taking away that 3-point shot by DePaul. The Bears 1 for 4 from 4-point range, and the big guy, Skogman's taking half of it. He's 1 for 2. That's what they need to do, stay out on that 3-point shot. The Bears taking 6 shots earlier than within 3. The Bears are taking 6 shots, 5 of them have been 3, but the Bears are 3 for 5 from 3-point range. They're 3 for 6 in the third. The Bears have 3 rebounds, all defensive rebounds. The Paul has 3. Nobody has an offensive rebound so far. Friars with the 2 turnovers and the Paul with 1. But the defense for the Friars has been good. They've been switching. When big guys get screened, they switch that screen. They're trying to fight over, but if the guy gets over the top, the big guy has to switch it on. The Friars have been doing that. That's something they didn't do in the last game.
15-11 to go in the opening half. 9-5, the early Friar lead in this one. We mentioned earlier the Powell. Third nationally with 12.5 made. They've been 5 straight games now, and they've made 11 or more. They've never done that except a 3-point shot game in the play. Right, he's got guys who can shoot it. You know, we talk about it.
5 guys are shooting 40% from 3, so when you have guys who can shoot it, you want to take that shot.
Bears will have possession. Honestly, checked into the game for the first time, along with Corey Floyd from the baseline. Jabri Abdul-Rahim inbounds it, finds Pierre coming off the screen, goes alley-oop to Osborne, can bury it, and he got tipped away from behind the interception. J.J. Turner, Richard Senior, transferred from Louisville, intercepted the ball, and he's got it on the right wing. Penetrating now is Meyer, takes the ball left, and this is C.J. Gunn, a transfer from Indiana. Up in the high post with it, into Benson from Missouri State. Now gets the ball back to Gunn, jumper up from 16, no good. Rebound snatched there by Jabri. Pierre into the forecourt on the right sideline, gets cut off, spins on Meyer. and then kicks it back left for Jabri on the left sideline for Corey. Corey pushes for Hopkins. Hopkins looks for a screen, goes to the right side of the lane, knocks out front for Floyd, goes left for Jabri. He's going to step back and find a deep three. It's short, and the rebound is taken there by Connor Enright. That's a challenge three right there. That's a tough shot. Gunn, Enright now penetrates off the screen. Down to Gunn. It's like the shot to get intercepted into the basket by Corey. Forward with the dribble on the drive and left over back. Forward going to go right to the rim. Gets down into the post. Takes the back outside for Jordan. Pierre working against C.J. Gunn. Gets around him. Drives to the hook. There's a score. Good job there by Pierre. He fought the defense. Throws it a little bit. Got him on his back. Lays it up nicely. First basket for Jaden. Flyers have an 11-5 lead. 13:45 to go in the game. Enright on the left wing. Goes cross-court right side for Meyer. High post for Benson. Benson back to Meyer. Meyer gets to the foul line with a jumper. Too strong. Strong effort to rebound. Put back. Around the stop. Don't say we're down. Big Al gives the ball up to Hopkins, who gives it to Pierre, walks it into the forecourt on the right side, crosses over, his dribble penetration in front of the Depar bench, circles back to the foul line, and he's going to turn around and shoot it and hit it. He's right time here by DePaul. Tries on a good job defensively. That was tough missed shots by DePaul, but the big guy that are up in the America can't shoot, so Wintrust basically playing a one-man zone back there. So, Coach Hartman carries the 32nd time out with a move in 13-17. They're going to be able to have a 15-5 Providence win. Gosh, that's good 7 or 8. They're doing a good job too, running the offense. And Pierre's in the game now. He has Wednesday setting the screen. He's up through the lob, and Pierre really looks for him, but when he goes up for that lob, he's going to go up there and grab it. His hands out the greatest in the world. He fumbles it a lot of time when they throw it up there to him, but defensively, Johnny's playing that one-man zone, so when they get screened up and down the middle, jump up on the guy that comes off the screen, because if you're not guarding your man, you don't have to worry about him scoring. You don't run a wide open shot happen at the foul line. He should be jumping up and putting his hands up on the defensive end. The Pirates missed their last 5 shots from the floor. They're 1 for their last 8, and they've gone scoreless in 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
Yeah, you watch what's going on here now with Benson, John. He's in the ball game at center, right, number 35. Arunze is in the Big East side, and Benson has the ball top. He's not even guarding him. So, you don't even have to – you can guard everybody else if you're Arunze.
Layden Blocker, the transfer from Arkansas, is in a point guard now for DePaul. He brings it up against Corey Floyd. Floyd gets him to mid for a circle. Gets right upon him. Ball got tipped away. Almost stolen. The Gun picks it back up. Now gives it back to Blocker. Gives us a screen. Cuts to the left. Gets inside the three-point line. Goes to the rim.
Arunze, good block.
It'll be DePaul ball with 7 to shoot.
Blocked by Arunze there. I mean, he'll run more when he can get up. He can elevate a little bit and just become a monster in their shot blocker. That'll change guys when they go in there or how they want to make the shot.
Let's see it with the Enright to win down from the baseline left of the basket. In the corner for Benson. Benson now spins on Jabin. He gets picked again by Arunze. Who has come up with it? Here's Joseph streaking into the forecourt. Goes right to the rim. Banks it up. Round for it.
That's what Arunze. Nice job, good job by Joseph pushing the ball up the floor. Arunze not giving up on that play and finishes off the dunk.
And it's a 9-0 Flyer run. They've got a 10-point lead. Right side, Enright gets to the right baseline, clears it all the way through. Left wing, Blocker, up high for Gunn, fakes the 3. Under the right wing, 3-pointers on the way, a rattle in. It's saved for J.J. Trainer.
You can't give up a play. You run at guys when you got to get out there and have your hand up and close out. Don't give up open threes.
Trainer averaging 36% from 3. And about 8 points per game, the transfer from Learfield. And the 3-pointer for Joseph is short. And the rebound taking underneath by Trainer. It stops a 9-0 Flyer run. It makes it 15 to 8. Driving the right side, Enright underneath for Benson. Benson tries to wheel around and in.
Benson doesn't get right there. He's got Arunze on his hip. Spun him around there, makes a big hook there. Good run here by DePaul, 5-0 run.
5-0 run, first basket there for Benson. Crossing over to the right wing, Jabri takes it. Step to the left,
Travel with the ball. I mean, how many times we call it travel in college basketball? All the pros are.
And he's just shaking his head saying, nope, nope, nope. The referee, Greg Evans, all the way down the floor. Friars with another turnover. That's their fourth of the ball game. 11:37 to go in the opening half, and it's 15-10. Providence leads by 5. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. It's like delicious lips. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistible tasting zero sugar. Crisp.
Checks in with us. We don't check in with us. We'll destroy
This Coke Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Try and decide.
Elite Physical Therapy. The premier choice for physical therapy in Rhode Island. You deserve a physical therapy place that will go above and beyond to ensure you remain comfortable while achieving the results you want. Elite Physical Therapy is staffed by a team of highly trained and talented physical therapists. All of them take the time to listen to your concerns and answer your questions. That way, they can create a personalized treatment plan that puts your comfort first. Elite Physical Therapy, award-winning hands-on care for healthy results. It's your choice where to go.
Divide,
This is Thomas Riley from Midland Roofing Company. It's just class of 1987. Roofing is Rhode leading residential roofing specialist. We deliver the expert roof installation for 35 years. Ask us about our lifetime warranty on our shingles. This is English and our friends here at Midland Roofing are proud to raise the roof to Providence.
Better than 31.
They will help you protect your house.
Friars. All right. We've only taken 5 so far.
You're back.
Providence Friar basketball brought to you in part by Finetco, a family of lumberyards. John and Joe in Chicago. Friars out to a 15-6 lead, or 15-5 lead, and then they've given up 5 unanswered here on a 3 and a deuce. Trainer off of the bench, Benson in the middle, puts one back on Rooke, and it makes it 15-10.
Yeah, Friars shooting the ball well for the game, John. 50%, you take that all day. 6 for 12, 3 of 7 from three-point range, and 43%. Good numbers. DePaul 3 for 13, only 30% from the floor, 40% go from 3. But this DePaul team averages about 31 attempts a game from 3, and it's only taken 5 of their 13 shots have been three-pointers so far. So that's unusual for them to put defense by the Friars to take away that shot and make them shot taking 2-pointers.
Exactly. That's what the game plan was a part of today. Make them take the twos, get off of the three-point line. So far, it seems to be working, but the 2 threes that they've made, Joe, have basically been wide open.
Wide open ones, yeah. When you challenge a 3, it's, I've said this so many times with doing the games with you, John. The stats on those, when you shoot a hand in the face, you shoot 27%. When you're wide open, it's 41%. So you got to make sure he close out on a 3-point shot. You'd rather give up a 2 than a wide open 3.
Friars have Cardette back into the game. The native of Chicago will check in for the first time.
So Rich Barron usually gets a shot within the first minute he's in the ball game, normally in one of the corners. And he normally makes that shot. Let's see if they get him a shot early in this game and get him going.
Skogman, the transfer from Davidson, is also back in. Rooke is staying in, so we'll see how long that might last. With the ball on the left side, his blocker goes right to the rim, tries to reverse. Rooke blocked it, but the Friars touched it last, and the player will inbound with 19 to shoot.
Well, Friars got confused on that, but they didn't switch the top there, and they opened up the lane. Good thing Rooke came over to help out and block that shot.
It'll be an inbounds for Meyer. Lobs it out front for Trainer. Now to Meyer on the right sideline. Gets into the lane. Out to Skogman. Back out front now for Meyer. Deep 3, right wing. Air ball. And it goes out of bounds.
Good day there by Daddy. Got up there, had his hand up on the shot. Air ball.
The Friars will get the ball.
Rooke making his presence felt in
a little bit right here early, right?
Had 2 block shots, and he's changed a couple of shots out there.
Into the forecourt left. Cardette now up high for Rooke. Works around the arc, the right side, stops. Joseph pushes up high for Cardette. He's going to drive down the right side. They'll get him a back shot, and they're going to call another shot.
He's really struggling out there in the offensive end. He's in between getting to the basket and shooting an outside shot. I think he'd figure it out by now, 10 games into the season, but when he turns the corner, he's usually pretty good at finishing, but that time there he struggled his feet.
5 turnovers. Not quite 10 minutes ago, 9+ here in the half. DePaul with it. Blocker out front. He's going to work on Cardette to the right side. Alley-oop underneath. Put back. No good on the tip of the basket. And then Sandico comes up with the ball as he had just come in for a room stay on the last dead ball. Now for Joseph. Spins around. Drives to the right side. Kicks it out to Barron. Doesn't get the three out, but Brinsley has it right. They move it back to the center. Gets to the foul line. And another turnover in an offensive backfield on Barron.
Guys get those 2 or 3 of those silly ones every game. You got to plant yourself before that every teammate comes off that screen. And the teammate who has the ball has to wait for you to set the screen. You can't be moving while he's setting the screen. It's an easy call.
The turnover parade is beginning to pick up here. That's now 6 for the Friars. Here's Rivera back into the game. Stokman top of the key. Holds up, dribbles it to the left, outside the arc, hands off to Blocker. Rolls to the right. On the right wing now for Meyer. Out front again for Blocker. Blocker to Meyer. Meyer penetrates down into the lane. Retreats to the foul line. Reverses. Goes up with a fadeaway and scores.
Good shot there by Blocker in between 2 guys. It's time to go try to get over there. Wasn't able to get there in time.
And DePaul has now run off 7 unanswered points. 10 minutes to play in the first half. Hit three. It was good.
Well, Price has worked on his outside shot while he's been sitting out. We have him. Knocks 2 of them down so far.
He's got 2 threes. Stops the 7-0 DePaul run.
No, I can't give him that.
Stokman for 3.
That's the starting report. You've got to make him put the ball on the floor.
18-15. Friar lead is 3. With 9.5 to play, Hopkins throws around a high screen, loses the dribble, picks it up on the left baseline, going to work inside, dribbles the ball, kicks the ball out to the right side, driving the baseline is Joseph. Joseph kicks it all the way through and got it tipped out of bounds. Hands in the lane as Enright and D'Amico check back in for DePaul. Pierre is back in for the Friars, replacing Rich Barron. And Justin Fernandez checks in for the first time in a couple of games. He did not play at all against Rhode Island on Saturday. And does walk to the baseline out to Hopkins. He's got D'Amico on him. Going to go down low. Up fakes. 1 on 3. Banks it up. And D'Amico with a rebound.
Good defense by D'Amico. The hell was Brown in that one there. Kept his hands straight up.
Enright hands off D'Amico. Back to Enright on the right wing. High post again for Skogman. Skogman holds the ball, circles to the right. Brinsley tries to go for the steal, got tipped back away. Enright picks it back up on the right wing. Now Enright penetrates, kicks the ball out to Skogman. Skogman hands off to D'Amico. Can't get the 3 off. He drives to the right side.
D'Amico pump fake, got by him with the dribble, gets it up off the glass.
First foul on Hopkins.
Well, Hopkins complaining efficient. What about down the other end? I pump fake 2 times. He took it up, and I think I get a lot of contact in that with no call.
So Troy D'Amico, 6'7" senior, Chicago native, transferred from Southern Illinois. And he played under current assistant coach Brian Mullins at Southern Illinois, where Mullins was the head coach. And he hits the 3-point play, and we are tied at 18. 8:37 to go in the opening half. The Friars had an early 10-point lead. Top of the key, Hopkins goes left for Joseph. Joseph spins outside to the left, bounces out for Hopkins. Hopkins gets dribble penetration, pulls up the runner, 2 shoot. At the big iron, Skogman rebound.
That was a good shot, though. Good move there. Took away the 3. It's a nice little lead. They got to make it.
Demons looking for their first lead of the game. D'Amico after Skogman's deep 3. He's got a record of the 12 run to 5 points. He's going to get beat by Davidson all over again here. 21-18. Go down for the first lead. Pierre's 3-pointer shot. They're getting 1 and 1 on the shots. And the 4-point right for Enright. Drives down to the wall on Pierre. Takes it outside Skogman. He uptakes, drives on the Sandico. Flips it up to Meyer. With Pierre Rivera for 3. That's what happens when you don't shot the 3. Timeout on the board. 24-18 to Bureau. Good Learfield. This is Providence Fire basketball.
This is Jordan Peter. Make sure you check out One Team Goal at 111 Galaxy and that's what happens. So it's a great place on the board last night. Joe for heading over to the
fire, that's all.
And because Hoosh is a direct diamond and jewelry manufacturer, you'll save 30 to 60% off everyday pricing. Let the experts at Hoosh Jewelers make your experience one you'll remember forever. Hoosh Jewelers at 325 Quaker Lane in West Warwick and at 435 State Road in the Hoosh Hassett in Dartmouth. Hoosh Jewelers, a family jeweler for your family. It's so dark in here.
Yeah,
Is that a raven?
she guides me through my sea of darkness.
Creepy. Why so dark?
My bank thought it was best.
Is your bank keeping you in the dark?
It's just a phase.
You know, Santander Bank made sure I was clear on how to use my account and mobile app before I left. It's called Walkout Working.
Well, I have a raven.
I see that. Get the respect you deserve at SantanderBank.com. Santander Bank, and remember FDIC.
You guys are there?
The Hot Potato Food Truck, our partner at DC Athletics. For your next event, call the Hot Potato Food Truck, 401-919-3009. The Hot Potato right now is at a pro shooting getting up.
Well, Davis Godman. He's 3 for 4 from Troy, and he's 4 for 5 overall. He's 6'10" center, knocking down some shots. Has 11 points, 2 rebounds in the game. They're flashing the 3 points, 4 for 9, which is very respectable. The Bears 5 for 9 though, but the turnovers again. That's a bugaboo. Bears have 6 turnovers in the game. The Bears only turned the ball over 2 times. Holtman, the coach at DePaul, his coaching career, his teams have been known to not turn the ball over. They're very careful with the ball, and right now they're taking advantage of the 5 turnovers. So the Bears, again, they have no answer for Scoggin, so Coach is going to go small now and put Bryce Hopkins at the center position, which I like that lineup because Scoggins not a guy who's a post-up center at 6'10". He's a 6'4" 2-bar. So you want him to post up. You don't worry about him in the post. You're going to take away the perimeter shot from him.
So as you saw, Hopkins moves into the 5, and Jabri Abdur-Rahim checks back in as well on the wing. So 7 out guys out there for the Friars right now. As DePaul on a 12-0 run, it's 19-3. The Blue Demon run over the last 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, Friars have gone cold offensively, and when they missed a shot or they turned the ball over, and boom, here comes DePaul knocking down shots.
Friars with the ball, trailing now 24-18. 7:42 to go in the half. Pierre takes it left, bounces high for Hopkins, takes it to the right, hands off to Joseph, who goes right down the rim, lays it up, scores.
Good move there. They didn't want to leave Hopkins there when he had to set the pick right there, and Joseph goes down the middle for the layup.
Stops the 12-0 DePaul run, pulls Providence back within 4. Skogman high post, goes down low with a bounce pass. Out faking is Rivera, banks it up, rolls out of the rim. Joseph stayed his ground, Friars get the rebound. Pierre up to the right side in front of the DePaul bench, circles to the center, gets to the foul line, backdoor, and the ball gets knocked away, and again another turnover by the Friars.
They got to shoot it. They put 2 guys on breaks running in the basket. Shoot the ball, Jaden.
Enright pushes right, finds Meyer. Meyer in the corner has trouble with it. Ball gets tipped and stolen. And intercepted there by Jaden as he got it back.
Step right in front of Skogman. Good job by Jaden on defense.
And Jaden tries by Skogman. Goes down low, 1-on-2 up front. Right corner for Bryce. Bryce penetrates, kicks it out to Curry. Sets for 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound for Enright. Enright in transition, right to left. Passes over, bounce pass up. Rivera catch and shoot 3. And he rattles it out. Beals takes Skogman with the rebound. Skogman returns it.
You got to go out, Skogman, man. You're not tough drive like that. I'd set something up and isolate him and take him to the basket.
13 for Skogman of the 26 DePaul has. They're back up by 6. Hopkins, top of the key for 3. Nope, missed that one. Rebound tripped away by Curry, but it goes out of bounds to the backside. And Will Demons will get the ball. Skogman's going to come out of the game, and that's a good thing.
No kidding. He's been a monster out there. Get that rebound over Bryce the first time, and he got him on the post, and he spun around him and got the basket.
Benson back in. They're going to bring back in Cardette for Pierre. And Leighton Blocker back in for DePaul as well. Blue Demons with the ball. 6:09 to play in the half. They lead 26-20. Enright walks it into the forecourt. The Drake transfer. Works to the middle of the floor off a high screen. Backs it outside the arc. Spins to the right. Goes down the right side. Elbow. D'Amico for three. No. Missed it. Rebound tapped off the glass right to Jabri. Rich Barron also back into the game for the Friars. Into the forecourt, Joseph goes behind his back, right corner. Barron open three, can't connect. And the Friars just aren't getting the offensive glass of Alex. Evans' rebound has absolutely disappeared. Enright drives with the left hand, puts it up, no good, one-handed grace by Jabri. Now he looks for some help, and then he reaches for the ball in the backcourt and double dribbles. Oh, my goodness. The turnover parade continues.
You can't jump up in the air and throw a pass in the backcourt. I mean, after you give your dribble up, there's only one guy back there.
8 turnovers for the Friars. They average just under 12 per game, and they've already got 8 with 5:27 to go in the half. Well, the Blue Demons have it with Enright left, works right off of the screen. Friars fight through that. Goes to a Benson, trying to throw the alley-oop. Friars foul him underneath. And they called it on whom?
They call that Raheem.
On Raheem. So Jabri will pick up his first. That's 4 on the Friars. By the way, DePaul has 0 team fouls with 5:17 to go.
You see, that was a miscommunication that time on the pick and roll. You're supposed to switch that, but you got to talk when you're switching.
Benson misses the first free throw. He's 67% on the season, averaging 7.6 points, 4.5 rebounds per game. Transfer from Missouri State out of the Missouri Valley Conference.
A lot of guys from the Missouri Valley Conference on this DePaul team.
Benson's second free throw is on the way and short, and the Friars get the rebound. About the only thing that's gone wrong for DePaul on offense tonight. Joseph into the forecourt, goes left for Cardette. Center for Abdul Rahim. Now to the right side for Barron. Joseph works to the left side from the point. Finds Jabri. Fakes the three. Down the lane. Another travel. I don't know what these guys are going to do here. They've got to figure out what a travel is and what isn't.
Well, Jabri's he's just uncomfortable out there right now. He's shuffling his feet. He's going to come out. And
they need to put somebody that's comfortable, because you should be comfortable 11 games into your season.
He's trying to do a little bit too much out there. Yeah, when he's open for a spot-up jump shot, he'll make it. But other than that, you don't want him handling the ball.
Enright works left on Joseph. Comes off the high screen. Outside the three-point stripe. Backs it out. Now he'll penetrate and hand off to D'Amico. D'Amico into the right corner again for Enright. Gets down the baseline. Loses the ball out of bounds. Got tipped by the Friars. And Blue Demons will keep it with 13 to shoot.
They kept switching on everything that time. You can't give these guys open looks. You got to make them go to the basket.
Rivera will inbound, baseline left of the basket. Out to D'Amico. Ryan Mila has checked in for the Friars. Benson pulls it out in front of the Providence bench. Rivera rolls to the left, is down the baseline, backs it out, kicks it back up front, now for Rivera. Fakes left, goes right, fires a running three. And it's a 9-point DePaul lead. A 17-2 run for the Blue Demons. Driving for Dick, gets him the post, gets him out the blind for 3. Nope. And again, running down on the Friars on offense.
That was at 18. They had 2 points in the last 10 minutes.
Enright scoots through to the right side on the baseline in the corner, closed out by Joseph. Now for Benson. Benson steps toward the top of the key. Finds D'Amico. D'Amico works on Mila, gets down to the paint, throws it away, and Benson was sleeping on that one. Enright picked it up. He goes underneath Benson, gets fouled as he puts up an off-balance shot from left side, and it's on to Sandico. We got a timeout. That's now 5 on the Friars. 17-2 DePaul run. 9 Providence turnovers in 16 minutes, and they're trailing by 9.
No team fouls on DePaul with 3:45 to go in the half here.
From Learfield, this is Providence Fire basketball.
At WPRO, discover luxury SUVs like the Q5 and Q7. They'll take a step into the future with their cutting-edge E-Track electric lineup. Ready for performance? Test drive our exhilarating S and RX models today. Over 75 vehicles are in stock and ready to drive them now. Experience our award-winning service with complimentary loaner vehicles and on-site roadside assistance within 30 minutes. We've also been named with best dealerships to work for in 2024. Visit Audi Rooke and let Audi House.
15. So when do we have 15?
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best
12:38.
Coke ever?
So
Trying to
almost 9
taste
minutes. 5 plus and 9 minutes.
It is bubbles.
I'm over here looking at the highlights and like, did I miss something? And nope. Nothing.
By now cluttering
We had an 8-point lead.
irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar.
10 points.
Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Coach Chambers here to talk injuries. WPRO Rhode Island Express offers immediate injury care for sprains, breaks, tears, and more by orthopedic specialists you won't find at an urgent care or walk-in clinic. Call 401-777-7000. Option 1 for same or next day appointment, including evenings and Saturdays. Learn more at orthopedicsri.com/. Rhode Island Express. Injuries don't wait. Neither should you. You're done?
Janney Montgomery Scott helps clients connect their life and their finances. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. Providence has scored 5 points in the last 9 minutes, and they trail by 9.
Yeah, they've had some open looks too, haven't been able to knock them down, but DePaul has been knocking their shots down. DePaul right now, 11 for 12 from the floor, but 6 for 12 from three-point range. Taking big shots too when they made the score. When Pies take away that 3-point shot and get into the basket, Pies is not shooting the ball very well. 8 for 21 at 38%. You know, the stats are almost the same. Turnovers in this first half. The Pies has 3, and the Pies has no team fouls in this first half. Now, I got to believe that at least 1 foul with 3:45 to go in the first half here, but the officials haven't seen it that way. But the other they come down, they run their stuff, they use a lot of screens and they're finding open buckets and making tough shots. They were just a monster shot right in front of us, but he's right on him, but he's got knocked it down. The shot clock is at 0. So the foul before the timeout on Asamico, his third, team's fifth, his third fifth. 3:45 to go, and DePaul has yet to commit a team foul as N.J. Benson goes to the foul line for 2, and he misses. He's the only guy on the team who can't shoot. He's 0 for 3 from the line. D'Amico hit 1 free throw, so the team here in the half is 1 for 4 at the foul line. Second shot for Benson at the foul line is good. And that gives DePaul now a 10-point lead. So the Flyers led early, 15-5. DePaul has outscored Providence 25-5. Nope. Got 3 minutes here in the first half. You got to get this down to 6 for another travel.
And another travel. I don't even think they know what they're doing. They can't step to 2 after they receive the pass, and this one is on Wesley Cardone, and that's 10 turnovers.
He's had 2 travels, and Raheem's had 2 travels. You hardly ever see travel calls in college basketball. They've had 4 in this first half, the Friars.
And they're just handing DePaul possession after possession. Skogman back of the game, has the ball left of the key. Now he's going to get guarded by Bensley Joseph. Friars don't have anybody big that can guard him. Enright penetrates on Hopkins. He gets the ball out to D'Amico. D'Amico wanted to take the 3. Goes cross-court, Enright in the corner. Driving his gun, goes to the rack, banks it up, no good. Skogman fire, no good, and rebound from Miller.
Good job by Miller, battling inside with the big guy.
Miller, 3-on-2, got the ball knocked out of bounds as he tried to pass onto the wing. So DePaul got the extra hand in the lane and took away the break opportunity.
Good idea by Miller that time, but just got the ball kicked away. It makes a big rebound there and leads the break.
5 points. Actually, I should say the Friars scoreless now in 4:28 on the clock.
Well, there's 3 minutes to go here in the half. We got to get this down to like 5 or 6 at the half.
Hopkins, top of the key with it. Looks for a runner to cut through. Not there. Hands off to Pierre. Pierre takes the dribble left, goes down toward the baseline. Big shot up and in.
Good shot there. See, they're worried about Hopkins rolling, and Pierre, if he has Hopkins setting the screen, Pierre can get 20 in this game because they're worried about Bryce.
He's got 6, stops the run by DePaul. Here's D'Amico, top of the key, shares it with Skogman, drives right, gets closed off, right corner, taking the 3, driving the baseline gun, out to Enright for a deep 3. That's no good, and there's a rebound for Cardette.
Good job boxing out that time.
Here comes Cardette in transition. Top of the key, he's going to drive on Skogman into the paint, kicks it out for Hopkins, fakes left, gets to the top of the key, backs it outside, goes left for Mila. Mila penetrates, looks, gets closed out again to the foul line, out front with Pierre between the circle. Cardette, right corner for Hopkins, drives the baseline, spins down low, goes up, lays it up and in.
You see, you get Skogman out on the 3-point line, have to get Bryce to the basket. He can't do it. Just keep doing that play.
8 for Hopkins, Friars are back within 6. Skogman has it top of the key, spins to the right, kicks it off in the right corner, D'Amico. D'Amico looks for Skogman, feeds him in the post. Mila's playing behind him, going to work left, goes up the left shot, can't hit it.
Mila's a good player, man. That was good defense on the 6'10 guy.
Here's Jordan on the back, he spins, kicks it off right corner, reverses. Cardette open 3, can't hit it. Man, wide open, can't knock it down. D'Amico, D'Amico, that's in the top, goes down in the lane with Joseph.
That would have been an offensive foul later because they didn't have any team fouls so far. There's no way they're going to call a block on that play.
First foul of the game, called on DePaul with 1:28 to go. Here goes A.J. Trainer back in for DePaul. He's going to take Skogman's spot.
So you got to make those threes when you get a run going. Wide open there.
DePaul has 6 made threes here in the first half with 1:25 to go. Friars can close a little closer. Pierre, mid-court circle. Rocker comes out to take him. Ball got tipped away out of bounds. And the Friars will keep it with 19 to shoot.
Well, they're trying to isolate Hopkins at the top of the key against the defender he's playing, J.J. Trainer, who can't guard him. Nobody on that team can guard Bryce, so they got to get him in the right position.
Pierre gets the inbound pass from Joseph. Now Pierre works off a wide high screen. Hopkins top of the key, goes right by Trainer and got fouled.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. But, there's only 2 team fouls. The ball can foul the rest of the way and not worry about being in the penalty.
Yeah, they won't put the Friars on the line at all here unless they're actually shooting. First on Trainer, second on DePaul. Are they going to give him 2 shots?
No,
can't. He wasn't shooting.
No, he wasn't shooting. He wasn't even close to shooting.
So they'll inbound it here. They'll get a fresh 20 on the shot clock instead. 1:09 on the game clock. Joseph lobs it out for Hopkins just inside the 3-point stripe. Drives to the right on Trainer. Turns around left. Cuts back to the right. Goes up high off the glass. Around the rim. Missed it. Gets his own way down. Goes back up to the 3. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Hopkins in the left corner. Under a minute to go. Here's Barron penetrating inside on D'Amico. Hopkins, open 3, left corner.
Good pass by Barron, and nice job there by Hopkins. That's a steal 3-pointer in the game.
And the Friars are back within 3 with 30 seconds to go before halftime.
Good battle back here by the Friars.
Enright starts to the left, gets closed out by Barron. Now a high screen moves him to the right, off the right wing, deep 3, D'Amico. No! Long rebound chased down, taken on by Brecker in the lane, puts it up short, and gets tipped out of bounds. It's going to be Providence ball.
That was the last shot now in the first half with 23 seconds to go.
So they could tie it with a 3 on the final possession.
And I think the officials feel really guilty about all lack of fouls on DePaul. The Friars are getting all the calls there the last 3 minutes.
So here comes Joseph. Left to right into the forecourt, down to 15, down to 14, out near the mid-force line. High screen set. Barron sets it. Joseph starts right, goes left with 8.
Come on,
Barron with 7. Now starts to move with 6, with 5 on the sideline.
They're going to foul. They're going to keep, what's that, 5 team fouls now. They can do 1 more.
Nope, that's just 3.
Well, it's only 3 team fouls. Okay, the Friars have 5.
They got to go to the basket here.
Yeah, you got to go to the basket.
Coming in. Rivera's coming in for DePaul. You got 5.6 on the clock. I don't know what you're waiting on here. You're not going to get to the free throw line.
You got to go to the basket right now.
So it will be Hopkins who will inbound from the left sideline, far side, basket to our right. 5.6 to go. He gets it inbounds. Joseph spins it left with 3. P3 is on the right bank shot. It's an air ball. I think that's what you wanted.
Well, you got a timing situation. They had a lot of team fouls to give. They were going to do that. I think Joseph took that shot because he didn't want to get fouled because they could throw it again. Then you got 1 second on the clock. At least you get a shot off, but it didn't work out.
So the Flyers close the half with a 7-0 run over the final 2:45. And they make this respectable and reasonable at halftime. It's DePaul 30 and Providence 27. More from Wintrust Arena in Chicago in a moment from Learfield. This is Providence Flyer basketball.
Finding the perfect but no one makes it easier than her news streamers. And this kind of news, she's doing a real diamond importer and a jewelry market. We'll save 30 to 60% off everyday pricing. Let the experts make your experience incredible and never forever. He's playing a 6'10" center. He steps him on the post and gets the rebound, fouls his shot.
And he used to break down the fast break.
Family jeweler.
That's like 3 minutes at a time at the most.
Wow, shiny. Why are you so quiet? Show left. You look like a racing sailboat. My bank had to get cleaned. Huh.
And then
So your dad took you to the cleaners? I see the reflection in your forehead. Did your bank take you to the cleaners? No. Listen, you were checking them sometime down. Use the apartments and renters on a monthly fee. Oh, that's much easier. Get the respect you deserve at SantanderBank.com. Qualifying transactions to waive the monthly fee do not include fees, rebates, and adjustments posted by Santander Bank. Other fees may apply. See banker for details. Santander Bank and member FDIC.
Going once, going right. Guaranteed will hire Indian plumbers, pipe fitters, and refrigeration technicians who are members of Local 51. Our 5-year apprentice program includes classroom and on-the-job training. Continuing education for our members ensures they're familiar with the latest codes and safety rules. Rely on our stable and school workforce for your building, service, or renovation project. Local 51. Going once, going right. Coach Chambers here to talk injuries. Local Rhode Island Express offers immediate injury care for sprains, breaks, tears, troubles by orthopedic specialists you won't find at an urgent care or walk-in clinic. Call 401-777-7000. Option 1 for a same or next day appointment, including evenings and Saturdays. Learn more at orthopedicsri.com/express. Rhode Island Express. Injuries don't wait. Neither should you. Hey, Firetown. That's a big travel. Thank you for tuning in today. I wanted to take a moment to thank Rooke, the official insurance partner of the Providence Flyers. Amica is a great partner of the PC, and it's who I trust to protect my family and my home. If you haven't checked out Amica, visit Amica.com or call 800-24-AMICA. That's 24-AMICA. See why 98% of Amica's customers stay with them year after year.
Since 1975, the mission at Midland Roofing has been to provide the best customer service and quality workmanship in the Rhode Island roofing industry. We stay on top of the latest trends and styles and can show you a wide variety of options available. We're a GIF certified master elite roofing contractor, one of only a handful in Rhode Island. Trust our fully insured and back in 10 seconds. For your roofing needs, call us at 401-738-8282 or online at MidlandRoofingRI.com, and we'll give you an estimate for your roof installation or removal. You heard that?
Johnny Joy back at Wintrust Arena in Chicago. The Flyers closed on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds. In fact, they held DePaul scoreless for the last 3:45 of the half. And when they were down by 10, they broke back within 3 at 30-27.
Well, they were with the small lineup that put those happens in the center position. And all of a sudden they became more nimble out there, and you're challenging all the three-point shots in order to get the rebound. Push the ball up the floor and get some shots. I thought, as you know, I'm a big fan of Miller. I think the guy should be playing. I mean, he's solid out there. He was switched on to the big guy. Squadron was scored on everybody else but Mila. Mila was in the post and took away a shot and then boxed him out and got the rebound on the missed shot and then led the play. They need to have that small lineup in there longer. I think the center, I thought Osmond did a good job when he was in there. Had 3 block shots. The big fella there, Preston DeSaco, he's really struggling out there. He gives you no points. He doesn't give you any offense. Had 3 rebounds in the game. They need to go small to beat this team because when you're giving up 3-pointers like they shoot the 3, John, you don't have a need for a big guy to be on the floor. You have to be more nimble to get out on the shooters. When the shots goes up, when you have long shots, what happens normally? if they miss.
Long rebounds.
Exactly. You don't need a big guy to rebound. You need a gang rebound and push the ball down the floor. Friars need to put some guys in the game who can play defense, and they did that to get back in it. But guys who don't turn the ball over. Hassett had 4 turnovers in that first half, and 3 of them were travels. Raheem had 3 turnovers, and 2 of those were travels. They never call travel in college basketball. They had 10 turnovers, 7 turnovers from 2 guys playing the 3 spot, and 5 of them were travels. You got to get better production on that 3 spot right now. Miller's the guy for me.
Well, the Flyers had a 15-5 lead with 12:38 to play after Oswin hit a short shot. And then, following that, it was a 25-5 run, 30-20 over the next 9 minutes on the clock before the Flyers closed 7-0.
A good close by the Friars. I mentioned you, John, with that last 3 minutes to go. I said, you get this to 4 or 5 in the ball game. That'd be good for the half. And they did a good job with that small lineup. They came back, played good defense, pushed the ball up the floor. And that, when you play a 30-second shot clock, you have an opportunity to come back. No lead is safe. Friars had a 10-point lead in Leicester. They went on a 25 run. So the Friars get back in just down 3 at the half.
All right, more coming up from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
At Audi Rooke, discover luxury SUVs like the Q5 and Q7, or take a step into the future with our cutting-edge e-Track electric lineup. Greater performance? Test drive our exhilarating S and RS models today. Over 75 new Audi vehicles are in stock and ready to drive home now. Experience our award-winning service with complimentary loaner vehicles and on-site roadside assistance within 30 minutes. Audi Rooke is a proud recipient of the prestigious Audi Magna Award for the past decade, and we've also been named one of Automotive News' best dealerships to root for in 2020. Visit Audi Rooke or go to AudiRooke.com. The average person buys a dozen cars in their lifetime, but unlike cars, you only get one retirement. One chance to secure the income you need to last a lifetime. To help people make smarter choices, we've developed the Jana Retirement Test Drive. It's a unique opportunity to see how you're spending income and investments. Work over the long term. Call Jana Montgomery Scott today.
We'll see if this works.
At some point, we were knocked off. Paula told me. Then went to a commercial, and then we came back on. So we knocked off.
Did you lose us, Sam? All right. All right. You got us now? All right. All right. Okay. John and Joe back at Wintrust, 30-27. Friars trail the Blue Demons by 3 at the break. Take a look at the numbers here very quickly. Providence was led in the first half by 11 from Bryce Hopkins. Also had 5 rebounds in his 15 minutes. Jaden Pierre had 6, and then Bensley Joseph had 5. Friars shot 39%. They actually outshot DePaul in that half, 39 to 33%. Hit 5 of 16 from 3. But Providence did not go to the free throw line at all. Some would say that might be a good thing. DePaul was just 2 of 5 from the foul line. They shot 11 for 33%. But they've got this lead because they were 6 of 14 for 43% from 3. So that's why they've got the lead right now. Plus 10 turnovers for the Friars in the first half. And DePaul ended up scoring 8 points off of those 10 turnovers.
Yeah, DePaul just had 4 turnovers, but I think the turnovers when the Friars got them, that's what hurt them. They went out and scored on those things. But you got to stop turning the ball over, especially travel. I watch a million college basketball games and pro games. Traveling is never called anymore. Friars had 5 travels in that first half, which is ridiculous. But they outshot this team. I thought the defense was decent. They challenged most shots. When DePaul got an open look, they knocked it down. The Friars had a few open looks, weren't able to make them. They're almost the same as far as three-pointers go. The Friars made 5 in the first half, and DePaul made 6. So, they kind of neutralize each other from the three-point line, but you got to do a better job of not turning the ball over. And Bryce Hopkins had a super first half. He's probably going to get some more touches here in the second half. Everything should go through him when he's on the floor because he creates a mismatch with a guy guarding him, and he creates so much activity inside. They worry about him getting to the basket. That's going to open up some guys for some open looks. And the guys who get the open looks, they're going to start knocking them down.
David Skogman led all scorers with 13 points, including 3 threes from deep. He was 3 of 4 in the first half.
Yeah, when the Friars went small, he didn't score. I mean, he scored against our big guys when they were in the ball game because they're patrolling in the paint, and he's taking threes down there. So when you have Skogman in the game, he's not a big physical guy. He is 6'10", but I thought Mila did a good job guarding him when he was in there. He tried to post him up, it didn't work, and Mila got the rebound and started the fast break. So you had to go smaller for a longer period of time. I think you play Usman a little bit here in the second half. I think Asondago should get his minutes should be more limited, and had Bryce at the 5 spot to win this ball game.
Well, the Friars are 2-2 on the season when they trail a game at halftime. DePaul 7-0 on the season when they lead a game at the half. It's close. It's 30-27. You just have to be concerned with the turnovers. You can figure out a way to take care of the ball. You probably got a great chance.
You do. And, you got to continue to take away that three-point shot by DePaul. They're going to get some shots out there, but you got to limit how many open looks they get, John.
Second half is coming straight ahead from Chicago, from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball. It's better without the return audio, so let's just leave it like that. Let's go! Oz went for 3. Absolutely. I'm sick of all day. I'm fucking done with it.
It's funny, I just said that, limit his minutes. So tells me Osman's going in.
You really can't afford to play.
It's not like
can't afford to play more than 5 or 6 minutes. He's a huge liability.
I'd rather have Punk in there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, if I was, I'd say you're released. I'd release him.
You can do the Donald Trump thing. You're fired.
Yo, out. See ya. Pay the bill, man. You ain't playing.
Yeah.
So we're not paying you.
Joe Hassett for Providence general manager.
Yeah. I'd have no problem with that.
John Rooke and Joe Hassett at Wintrust Arena in Chicago. It has been 692 days since DePaul last won a regular season game in the Big East Conference, slipping through last year at 0-20. They've still got 20 more minutes to go before they break that streak. They lead 30-27 at the break.
Well, Friars battled back to get it close here in the second. It was a game of runs in that first half. Friars had a nice run to get a 10-point lead, and then DePaul went on a crazy run, 20-5 run to take a 10-point lead, and Friars had a nice run to finish the half to get it to 3. Changing the starting lineup here is
Oswald Arunse will start the second half in place of Christos Andico.
Well, Oswald had 3 block shots in that first half. It was a presence over there.
The Demons open up with possession of the ball. In the home right, they go basket to our right on the radio. Friars in the road black. Man-to-man. D'Amico goes high-low, ball gets tipped down low, taken by Skogman down in the post. He reverses to the right corner. Rivera out to Enright. Enright backs it outside the top of the key. Goes down low by Bensley. Cardet comes up with a loose one and leads the break up the floor on the right side. Four court to our left. Jaden Pierre. Right side for Cardet. He fakes. He drives. Goes hard to the hoop. Reverse.
That's what you got to do. Go down there and get to the basket. Don't stop. Keep going to the basket.
Deep three. Meyer off the run. Rebound for Joseph, and the Friars can take the lead again on this possession. Joseph, left sideline. His bench. Foul line. Jumper up. Jumper in. And Providence retakes the lead.
Good job, boys. Joseph that time played on the defense, got the defender on his back, there, flew him in the lane.
7 for Joseph in the ball game. It's 31-30. Pass to the high post for Skogman, just to the right of the key. Dribbles around the arc to the left, covered by Oswald. Hands off to D'Amico, cuts to the right, goes back to Skogman. Off the three.
The guy switched that. My goodness gracious, from Sidney Watson. He's got 4 threes on the event. He's wide open.
Skogman knocks down his first try of the second half, and DePaul back up by a deuce. Handoff. Joseph curls down the lane left, goes over the short jumper, scores again.
Nice. Getting the lane right there. DePaul's not switching anything either. When he gets in the lane, gets a nice jumper.
We're tied at 33, a minute and a half deep into the second half. Skogman up high, hands off, driving left is Meyer. Cuts back to the right for D'Amico on the perimeter. And right in front of his bench, circles back out to the center of the forecourt. Again to our right. Now he'll take it toward his bench. Top of the key for Skogman. He's going to drive on Oswald. Down into the post, reverses left, reverses right, up off the run. Another rebound.
Good job by Oswald. Staying on the floor right there and using his body.
Here comes Joseph around the screen, drives right, penetrates down low again. Doesn't get the shot off this time. And backs it out on the right sideline. Now Joseph go to the basket. He's going to go up for 3 over Skogman, short. And rebound loose in the paint. It's taken by Enright.
Henry's got to go over the basket on that. He got a 6'10" guy on him there.
Enright goes right down the lane, lays it up. No, rebound tipped out. Saved on the baseline by Oswald again. Now at the right sideline, Cardet goes right hard to the hoop. Big jump step back out front for Joseph. Joseph uses the screen, top of the key, slips, drives right, reverses, back out front for Pierre. Comes on the left side for Cardet. Cardet, left corner for Pierre. 13 to shoot, right in front of his bench.
Get his hands on him.
Rivera is right there in front of him with hands all over him, and the official doesn't call it. Now Pierre reverses, comes off. Oswald goes up off the rim, doesn't get it.
Oswald got to take that one. He's underneath the basket. He's throwing away.
D'Amico finds Enright. Enright, now for D'Amico, goes back to the left side for Enright. On the left sideline, uses a screen, goes down toward the corner, backs it out against Oswald as the Friars switch. D'Amico gets on the deep three. That's off the mark. Rebound for Hopkins.
Good day. Friars switching everything, making it tough shots.
Hopkins with the dribble in the drive. Goes right down the lane. North side scoops it up. Can't get it. Gets his own rebound. Steal the putback.
Fernando said, yeah, that's a frantic pace the Friars have in this game. They're doing a good job defensively. You need a quick timeout right there. Good timeout.
16:36 to play in the second half, and the Friars have retaken the lead. 35-33 from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
We'll give you an introductory choice for our next day for Wintrust Arena. Wichita State is number 14. So, again, it's our holiday Tuesday. Make sure that everybody is in. Got a pedal Mr. President. Good individual warriors.
I think it was a Christmas gift from my grandma. She got us all like matching PJs, but I had like an XXXXL. I had the different clips and like staple them together. That's how they get it to fit, and they just fuck with that all Christmas. I don't know, younger, it would be socks. But like now, like socks, 6th grade, yeah. When I was younger, and just like clothes, I was just sick of getting it. But now, it's great. It was like a mug. I'm in 3rd grade. My sister came home with a mug and some dogs. She was super excited to get it to me. She gave it to me. I was just like,
The New England laborers are training the workforce of today that will build tomorrow. With state-of-the-art training academies throughout New England, you'll be equipped with the construction skills, knowledge, and experience to start your career and a better tomorrow. LIUNA, feel the power. Providence on an 8-3 run to start the second half in the opening 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
And defense leading the offense too, John. Holding the ball in the second half, 1 for 5, 1 for 3 from three-point land. They're switching everything. The only shot they got open, they didn't switch on. They didn't communicate on the defensive end. And the big fella Stockman hit another 3. So he's 4 for 5 from out there. That's a guy you cannot leave open. The Friars in the second half, 4 for 7 from the floor. They haven't had a three-pointer in the second half, but they're getting to the basket and finishing at the rim. They're up to 43% shooting right now.
Friar defense has held the Pal now, Joe, with just 3 points in the last 6 minutes going back into the first half.
Well, the defense has been solid all year. They've had some hiccups where they've given up some points, but I think when they switch, they're better. They're much better when they switch, and they always have a hand in the shooter's face. When you have 5 guys on the floor like DePaul has, who all can make threes at 40%, you can't get them open looks. They make those shots. Delorian now is checked in for his first action at the center position. Well, Jingles is going to go with different people in that position. Sandoval looks like he's not going to get in this right now, and they're going to go differently in the center position.
So Eli Delorier is in the lineup for the first time tonight, replacing Oswald. Driving to the left is Enright. Enright goes alley. On the right side for J.J. Trainer.
Oh, they set that up nicely from the out-of-bounds play right there along the baseline. Friars. I was kind of smart out there, and they got him along the baseline. Good play by DePaul.
5th point by Trainer. We're tied at 35. Bensley has it left for Hopkins. Hopkins in front of his bench with the dribble. And a drive crossover on Trainer. Takes the ball out to Bensley, who takes the 3. Gets a penetration move on Meyer into the paint. I want to try to post him up here. They come up with a quick double. Now squirt free to P.O. for 3. In and out of one goes. Delorier has the offensive rebound and saves it. Oh, he stepped on the baseline.
Good battle by Delorier, though. He never gives up on play. That's for sure. He's really on the glass. It's tough when you haven't played in the first half, too, John. You're just not in the rhythm out there. He'll get some more minutes. He'll get in the rhythm.
We got an officials timeout now with 15:52 remaining. We're tied at 35 from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
Oh, this lineup here I worry about. Raheem can't guard anybody, and if he's not making shots, he's a liability out there. And Corey Floyd's a good defensive player, but he can't shoot.
He can't
so
shoot either.
This is a lineup you got to worry about right now. It's tied up. You got to play good D here and not turn the ball over. Bryce got to get some touch. I like to see Bryce at the top of the key, spread it out, let him beat his man to the basket a little bit. Because they come in, when he has the ball, John, they're all collapsing, worrying about him getting to the basket. So somebody's going to be open.
But somebody's got to stick a jumper, too.
Bryce has 3 threes, right? 3 threes in
He
his
does.
game. So he's hitting that outside shot.
Cardette, 2 of 4.
Well, Cardette's got it. He's got to drive. I mean, if he hits a 3, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
His ability is like to get to the rim.
Got to get to the rim.
And finish. They make me crazy. They get into the paint and they stop.
Yeah.
And they don't pump. Stop pump faking. They're looking for a 3-point shot. Corey Floyd and he should get in there and just explode to the basket. And put the onus on the official. Maybe you get a block. Maybe you get a foul. You get us up to the line.
Yep. Lincoln Cat is your Caterpillar equipment dealer for the Northeast and a proud sponsor of Providence College Athletics. We are at 15:52 to go in the second half. DePaul just hit a deuce to tie the score up at 35 apiece.
Well, Friars changing the lineup a little bit at the center position. DeLorean gets his first minutes in the center position. Osmond started the second half, changing the starting lineup there. So the Friars, they came out, John, and got the lead in this ball game because of their defense. The last 4 minutes of the first half, they were able to force DePaul into taking some tough shots. Friars were getting the rebound, and pushing the ball down the floor and looking for some shots.
Friars are hitting in the second half 4 of 8. DePaul is 2 for their first 6 in the second half. They've hit 1 of 3 from 3.
Well, lineup now, you got some subs coming in here right now.
And Joe, we have 15:52 to play, and the Friars have still not taken a free throw tonight.
Yes. So, I mean, the officials are letting them get up and down. But now they're changing the lineup. This is an important part now, John. When the Friars went to the bench in the first half, they got locked up in that 20-5 run by DePaul. Friars got it back. They're tied, but they've been the bench now. They got Raheem in the ball game and Corey Floyd checked back in the ball game. So offensively, Bryce Hopkins has to get the most touches out there right now. You have a shooter.
The offense has to go through him.
Yeah,
and it does. The problem is when he has to give the ball up, he's got to have guys help him out by making a shot.
They're going to make shots.
Inbounds come to DePaul. Leighton Blocker into the game at a point to work it up against Corey Floyd. Left to right into the forecourt with a bounce pass to Enright. Enright started there by Joseph, and the Fire man really on him up tight. Now finds the ball at the top of the key. It's loose on the floor, and it's stolen by Jabri when he hands off to Joseph.
Joseph made that all happen. He was overplaying all passing lanes.
Joseph hesitates, drives to the right on the baseline. Skogman is right there on him. He wraps around toward his bench on the left wing. Skogman follows him out on the perimeter. 15 to shoot. He's going to shoot the 3 over Skogman and bury it.
Yeah, he had Skogman. Kept his dribble alive. Nice job by Benji Joseph. He kept his dribble alive. Had the big guy on. Set him up. Knocks down the 3.
That's 12 now for Bensley in the game, his first tray. And the Friars have a 3-point lead right side for Blocker. The Blocker in front of his bench, out front for Rivera. Rivera hesitates, goes around Jabri into the post, leans in with the right hand off the glass, bounces twice, no good. DeLorean with a rebound.
Good job by DeLorean there, taking the presence in there, rebounding the ball.
Hands off for Bensley. Bensley, left hand goes right to the hoop, lays it up. Oh my goodness, he blew it open left after drilling that 3.
They saw Skogman coming over to try to block the shot, and he flipped it up there.
Skogman on the high post. One dribble to the right side. Now moving back to the left is Blocker. Blocker gets down to the left post, kicks it, reverses back out front. Now right side for Rivera. Rivera going to drive on Hopkins, backs it outside the 3-point strike to Enright. Enright cuts to the right. 8 to shoot before Demons. Cuts to the left. Back to the left. Corner, 3-pointer on the way. Skogman missed one. Finally in front of his bench, and the Flyers grab the rebound.
He was working lift too. Once in a while he's got to miss.
Bensley, they tried this again. Got cut off by Rivera this time.
They get Bryce a touch.
And so Benson keeps the dribble. They switch. He spins around and right to the left side on the perimeter. Now cuts back to the right side. Shot clock already down to 10. Jabri finds Hopkins between the circle. Hopkins backs it out with 5, with 4, with 3. He's going to drive on Rivera with 2, with Rooke. At the buzzer, Rivera, and it comes back.
That was a good move there. That was halfway down, too.
And again, a matter of finishing for the Friars here when they get up close, and they've missed 2 layups. And right baseline ball is knocked out of bounds by Jabri.
Defense has been solid. Benson's going to come out right now. I think he's a little winded out there. Put Pierre in there. It's nice and fresh, and Bryce is going to get a break here with Barron checking in for him.
So Pierre and Barron in the game right now. DePaul will keep it. 20 to shoot, 13:33 to play. A 38-35 Providence lead. Inbounds, lob goes underneath the Benson, and Benson got clobbered by Barron underneath the basket.
Well, that's a good foul because if he didn't do that, he had a layup. They threw that alley-oop one time before. The Friars have to figure that one out. You have to have a big guy on the ball there where it's tough to throw the lob.
That's the first foul call in the second half on either team. Enright got the inbound, drives the baseline ball, knocked away, picked up underneath by Blocker, now to the right corner. Gunn with a deep 3 off the back iron, no good. Loose ball on corner, chased down and saved by Trainer. Long shots, long rebounds. Enright drive, loses the dribble, picks up the ball in the backcourt. Barron works to the left side on the break, goes up inside.
Good decision there by Barron. He put his head down and said, I'm getting to the basket right here. The defender was backpedaling and dove in, trying to take the offensive foul, but he wasn't in position. Barron finishes it off with the layup and the foul.
Blocker with his first. That's the first on the tail of the second half. 13-10 to go. Oswin Arunse checks in. Eli Delorier gave his team 5 pretty solid minutes right there.
Well, Delorier is a solid player. He doesn't make mistakes. He's in the right place at the right time.
Barron just 3 for 6 from the foul line of the season, averaging 3.5 points per game. The shot here is short. Missed it. The ball with the rebound with the Friars up a 5-point lead as we're coming up on 13 minutes to play. Enright got away with a push off with the off elbow. Circles to the right elbow. Alley-oop. Benson missed the shot, and they're going to call a foul on Providence underneath it.
See, Oswald's got to make a decision. Either you drop back and help or get out on the guy throwing the lob. Now, good pass there by Enright, but if Oswald's out there with his hands up, he's not able to see that pass, and he might deflect the pass. But he got caught in no man's land, and he got Benson on the line. He's the only guy that seems to go to the line for this DePaul team, and he's their worst foul shooter.
Pierre is called for the foul from behind. So Benson at the free throw line misses again, and that makes him now 1 for 5 from the foul line tonight.
They've only taken, 6 foul shots?
That's right, 2 for 6 as a team.
That's the guy you want on the line for sure. He's the only guy on this team who can't shoot.
Second shot by Benson, no good. Rebound tip. Corey's got it for the Friars.
Corey usually gets his hands on the ball. He's going to get the rebound.
So Floyd now has the ball in the forecourt with a left-hand dribble. Works toward his coach. Kim English circles around the defender, gets into the lane, leans in, kicks the ball back out on the left wing for Jabri.
This Corey would just explode and lay that thing up.
Here's Pierre on the left side with it. Gets penetration to the foul line. Now going to alley up to Oswin. It comes down with it, goes up with it, and gets hacked with it. He couldn't quite finish on the alley-oop bump. Came down with the ball, but at least he didn't bring the ball down, and he got fouled on the play.
Well, the pass could have been a little bit better. Right idea by Pierre, but he threw it behind Oswin. If he had it anywhere near the rim, it's a dunk. Oswin had to come down, and then he pump fake. Take that thing up. There's nobody can get up with Oswin on the floor for this DePaul team or on anybody on the team. So Oswin's got to take it up there and hammer it. Good foul there to put Oswin on the line because he's not a very good foul shooter either.
He's only 37% from the line on the season. First shot here is almost an air ball. Nobody's hitting any free throws. D'Amico and Rivera back in for DePaul, replacing Trainer and Enright. So Osborne, one more try.
I think if you shoot 50% or less from the foul line, you should bank them in.
Why not? Or underhanded. Second shot is in and out. Won't stick. So the Flyers are now 0 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. And yet they maintain a 5-point lead. Blockers give and go to Benson. Heard the ball slip out of his hands on his way to the hoop. But there's a reach-in foul, and it's called on Corey Floyd. And he's going to put Benson at the line for 2 more.
Well, this is an exercise in futility on the foul line with Benson for DePaul and Oswin for the Flyers. Neither one of those guys can What's Benson shooting from the line this year?
67%.
Oh, man. His average is going down right now.
You take that. But right now, he's just 1 for 6. First shot here is good.
Well, he's good to start making them now because he's getting to go to the line a lot.
Transfer from Missouri State, averaged 8.5 points and 8 rebounds, led his team in rebounding and blocked shots in the Missouri Valley last year.
Oh, he's a big dude.
6'8", 235 pounds. At his second shot, he got them both. He makes it 40-37. Flyer lead cut to 3 with 12:18 to play. Pierre into the forecourt up the right sideline, hands off to Barron. High post for Arunse. They go, 2 dribbles, hands off to Pierre. Drives right, got the ball knocked to the floor. Has to go to the floor and save it to Oswald. Now he finds Barron on the right wing. Barron with 12 to shoot. Spins on blocker. Gets to the foul line. Goes down low, down on the left side. Gets away to the rim. Ball got kicked out of bounds. Again, with 4 to shoot. Nice defense. Time for the Blue Demons.
Well, Friars don't have anybody initiate the offense right now. Pierre, they're trying to get Pierre to shot, but they stop Pierre. Nobody else can score.
Timeout, 11:55 remaining. Providence 40, DePaul 37 from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
Wintrust. Hassett. Rush. And Rush was there. Calling all major Blue Demons. Canada, you are on the video board. Decide to participate in the Blue Demon Baby Race. The
Brown beat Rhodey in double overtime.
Brown beat him? Wow. Brown's got a good team.
Yeah.
Where was that game, at Brown?
Yes. Brown's going to be the state champ.
Friars don't play him. No NIL money over there.
And again, for water, fire, or mold damage, call Rhode Island Restoration, 401-414-1111.
Both teams have been kind of flat and stale in the offensive end the last couple of minutes here, John. Both teams went to the benches and not a lot of offense on the floor, but the Friars still shooting 50% from the floor at 6 for 12, 1 for 3 from three-point range, 0 for 3 from the foul line. Overall in the game, Friars 17 of 40. Starting to get that percentage up at 43%. The problem in the second half is 2 for 9, 1 for 5 from 3, 2 for 4 from the foul line. Their shooting percentage for the game is 13 for 42, it's just 31%. But worst ball game right now, 40-37. And the team go to the bench. It seems the game starts to slow down and you get some more turnovers. Friars now just 11 turnovers in the game. They had 10 at halftime, so doing a better job of taking care of the ball in the second half. DePaul just has 7 turnovers.
Rhode Island Restoration, property damage cleanup and repair, emergency service available 24/7. See what the Friars bring back on the floor here. 11:55 to go, but only 4 seconds on the shot clock before the timeout came. Arunse and Barron are still out there. Joseph back in. They're beginning the timeout along with Pierre and Cardette. Pierre will inbound right next to his coach in front of our courtside position.
Look for Joseph to get this inbounds pass here. Might get a screen for him, and he'll take the ball to the basket.
So Pierre looks for the inbounds pass. And Cardette comes out to get the ball with 2. And Pierre's going to launch a deep 3 and gets nothing. That's the best they can do out of bounds, huh?
Good defense by DePaul. I mean, yeah, I have plenty of time. 4 seconds, you can go to the basket on that. You don't have to just launch it up there.
Should have. Blocker brings it into the forecourt. Blue Demons could tie with a 3 on this possession. Has it right. Now centers back again. Cardette switches She's on the blocker, rolls right off of the screen, stops at the foul line. Now cutting to the right is Gunn. Gunn stops, kicks it back out to Blocker. Blocker penetrates, top of the key. Gunn gets cut off to the left by Arunse. Now crosses back to the right, gets in the lane, leans in, breaks it up and scores.
Good job right there. Good blocker getting to the basket on that one. Gunn did his hand on his back and just took it up strong against Cadet.
First basket for C.J. Gunn makes it a 1-point game. Pierre, left sideline. Lobs it to Bensley. He thought about the three. Finds Osmond for Joseph.
Good pass here by Joseph. He had the three, but he gets Osmond on the roll. Good job by Osmond catching that one. When he gets the ball close, he can put it away.
Throw to Arunse. Friars back up, 42-39. Driving left, going to the hook, blocker. Arunse and Joseph Sin come out of the baseline.
Arunse doing a great job out there on the defense. Good defense there by Benson.
Blocker to Benson. Benson, who was trailing the play. The blocker for the jumper, in and out. And Arunse with the rebound.
That's a rare 2-point opportunity for a shot by this DePaul team.
Now it's Joseph up the right sideline, picked up there by C.J. Gunn. Screen set, cuts to the right, gets to the foul line. Benson off, gets knocked out of bounds by Benson. Trying to jump it off for Oswin.
Yeah, the layup though. Joseph's got to shoot that.
Should have shot the ball.
You know, they're looking for Oswin because he has an advantage inside. When you get the ball, throw it above the rim. There's nobody to get up there. Benson can't get up there with him. He's just not tall enough.
Enright back into the game for DePaul. Fires inbound it. Baseline right, 15 to shoot. Off to Bensley. Bensley starts to the right. Right elbow.
Good job led by Jason McGill. I'm saying that Benson just can't down him in there.
6-3, and the Flyers up 5 again. We got an even 10 minutes to play. Enright holding out well on the perimeter against Joseph. D'Amico back in, top of the key to the right wing for Gunn. Gunn looks at the post. Catch and shoot Rivera for three off the back iron, no good. Joseph has a tip out of bounds by Enright. It's Providence down.
These Flyers challenging everything right now, and DePaul rushing their shots a little bit because the Flyers have sped them up on the offensive end with the go deep.
Comes out. Flyers will bring Delorier back in. Hopkins is also back into the game with Cartet. And Benson comes out. And the Blue Demons will bring David Skogman back in.
Yeah, you got to know where Skogman is. But DeLorean does a good job on him. DeLorean can play him like a ball and keep him off that three-point line.
DePaul has 9 points, Joe, in 10 minutes and 14 seconds.
Right, defense. 3 minutes to go in the first half. But they were down 10. They had a great run, stopped on the defensive end, getting the offense from their defense.
Here come the Friars with a 5-point lead. They led by as much as 10 in the first half. Pierre stops his dribble penetration. He needs some help. Somebody on the cut to the rim. Burnett gets it, gets around Rivera. Goes to the rim, kicks it out. Reversal to Pierre. Penetrates into the lane. Backs it outside with 11 to shoot. Enright is right there, 6 feet away on defense. Now Pierre has the low dribble. Looks to the left. Goes fire the three. Off the back iron. Limb rebound chased down by
Good defense by DePaul right there. Fryers should have taken the shot earlier in the shot clock. They had one.
On the right wing, Rivera. Now for D'Amico out on the perimeter. D'Amico stops. Skogman there. Back to D'Amico. Back to Skogman. He's going to work on Hopkins. Now pushes right for Enright in front of his back. At the Skogman. He gets off the
You can't give Skogman the open three. He's going to make them.
He's a bad player. He's everything they've been wide open tonight. And that pulls the pair back within the deuce. Pierre finds Hopkins, backs it outside the three-point set, hands off to Cardet. Cardet gets fouled, and finally a foul called on DePaul. Isaiah Rivera gets him with the body. His first foul, just the third on the team here, with 8:36 to go.
What do you do on Skogman, John? You switch it, and if the guy has the ball, doesn't give it him and goes to the basket, the weak side has to come over and help out. You can't give Skogman a wide open three.
Everything he shot has been wide open. Fires in down to Pierre with a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Lob to Delorier between the circles. Turns and looks. Nobody on him. Skogman finally picks him up. Ends up with Cardet. Circles to the right. Lost the middle. Picked up, stolen there by Meyer. Meyer penetrates, goes up inside, and they call it foul.
That's a bad foul, man. That's a bad foul.
Joseph went straight in that shot. Even the best officials can screw it up. That was a bad play. And eventually Joseph is trying to plead his case here. And Roger just kind of looks at him and says nothing.
Well, it shouldn't have come to that, as Cadet just picked up his 5th turnover in the ball game.
Eventually, second personal foul with 8:22 to go. And so 2 shots for Jacob Meyer. And the free throw is short. And Meyer, 64% on the season.
That's not very good either.
Misses the first one. The foul right now from the foul line tonight. 4 for 10.
DePaul on the year from the foul line, 69%.
Yep, second shot is good. That's Meyer's 3rd point of the game and makes it 44-43. Back to a 1-point game, 8:18 to play. Friars with the basketball. Pierre walks it into the forecourt. Enright's there to pick him up. He's going to work to the right. They switch. Meyer on him now defensively. Back up front for Jabri. Goes left for Joseph. He cuts to the right on Lavera. Spins to the foul line. Gets to the lane. Out to Jabri. And open up a 3. Shot. No good. Rebound. That's what had it. Got fired as he came down on the rebound. And again, Rivera gets fouled for a foul. He's going to get it. That's 4 on DePaul, so the Friars will get another fresh 20 and an inbound pass after the timeout. 7:58 remaining. Providence 44. DePaul 43. And the Big East opener for 2024-25. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
If they give Scopeman another wide open shot, I'm going to throw my headset on the floor. I mean, what the heck?
I know.
Thank you. I'm only going to be up by 1 point. They're shooting 32%. Now we're only at 41%. We have 2 more 3-pointers than they do. We haven't made a free throw in the game. Nope. They made 5.
SeatGeek is now the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Providence Friars. Whether you're buying or selling basketball tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek, so Friar fans can fan.
Well, some stats here. Friars 8 for 18 in the second half at 44%. Just 1 of 6, though, from 3-point range. 0 for 3 from the foul line. Friars haven't scored a point from the foul line in this ball game. DePaul's 4 for 14 in the second half at 28%. 2 for 7 from 3 at 28%. Both of those, like they just yeah, I mean, the guy's 5 for 7. Can't believe he's missed 2. Every time he's wide open, though, it's money. He's got 19 points in the game. The closest guy to him scoring points for DePaul is 6 points by Rivera. Everybody else is 3, 2, 3, 5. Friars have 13 points from Bryce Hopkins and 12 from Bensley Joseph. They got 6 from Pierre, 5 from Cadet, and 6 from Osmond on some alley-oop dunks.
Scopeman, a career 40% 3-point shooter. 9.5 points per game last year for Davidson before suffering an injury. His first 3 years at the University of Buffalo, where he started 26 games and shot 38% from 3.
I'd like to see the Friars with the ball as happens against D'Amico. I mean, that's a matchup the Friars can take advantage of.
Lob from the baseline to Osmond. Up top now for Pierre. The ball got tipped and intercepted. Another Friar turnover. Meyer on the break. Meyer drives to the right. Scoots in front of his bench. Retreats. Now finds Enright. DePaul can take the lead with the basket here. Meyer cuts to the left on Osmond. Gets down into the post. Reverses back into the lane. Gets to the right baseline. Back out front now for Enright. Enright picked up by Hopkins, well out on the three-point strike. Hands up to Meyer, who gets off a three.
Holy smokes. That's a tough play. I mean, if you get hit on the elbow on a three-point shot, you should not make it. You should not make it.
And I don't know why the official didn't recognize that.
I mean, if I was taking the jump shot and got hit on the elbow, I never made the shot. I mean, I don't know how you get a call on that. I mean, I don't know how that affected the shot at all.
Hopkins picks up the free throw, the foul, and the 4-point play opportunity is no good. Flyers get the rebound, but DePaul has a 2-point lead, 46-44. Here's Joseph, goes right to the rim.
Good shot by Benzie. I mean, he got a railroad one. He went with the right hand on the left side, and he still got the shot off.
Tied at 46, 7:15 to go. Blue Demons with the basketball. Midcourt circle, Enright, picked up by Joseph, works to the left side. Jabri picks him up, goes back to the right off the screen, now goes back to the left down the lane. Left corner for D'Amico. D'Amico out front for Meyer. Meyer, who just missed the 4-point play, around the arc to the right side, and Oswin steps back for a three. No. Rebound tipped right to Meyer. Missed it, and Oswin gets the steal. Man pass to Oswin, gets behind the defense. He goes up and
Oswin's a beast out there when he gets underneath that rim. Good pass there by Joseph to get it to him.
8 for a run in the game. Providence back up a deuce.
No.
Stokman almost got the three off. Left corner, Enright gets off the three.
Oh, my goodness. Enright has a bit of factor offensively in this ball game. That's a big three right there. And he gets fouled. Flyers pick up another foul on a three-point shot.
And Rooke ran out at him. And that was just a kick out on the play.
That's his first basket by Enright in the ballgame. He was 0 for 4 so far in the game, 0 for 2 from 3. He knocks that one down.
And that three just gave DePaul a 1-point lead again with 6:35 to go. Enright at the free throw line, and the shot is good. And he finally hit a free throw. And he's only 32% from the free throw line.
That's ridiculous. I mean, these guys shoot threes at 40. And on the free throw line, they're in the 40s and 50s.
And that is DePaul's 10th made three-pointer of the night. Again, 6 straight games with 10 or more. Pierre drives down to the left post, blocked out by Stokman, moves in front of his bench on the left sideline.
You got to get the ball to place, get a guard on.
And a drive left, gets down low, leans in, reverses, can't get it. Stokman with a rebound. Up the floor, Enright pushes left, finds Rivera, goes right to the rim, scores.
Good play by DePaul. When you get the rebound, they push the ball up the floor. Enright does a nice job of getting that ball down the floor.
And now DePaul on a 6-0 run has got a 4-point lead. Hopkins, top of the key, jab, steps on Stokman, gets that one. Gives the man Rivera. Rivera drives right side now for it.
And DePaul doing a nice job when they get the rebound in the turnover. They push the ball down the floor. That's how they get back on defense.
DePaul line, not dissimilar to the first half. Tim Ingles stands at timeout. And the Blue Demons are back up 6, 54-38 with 5:50 rounds to go. We'll take the timeout. From Learfield, this is Providence Flyer basketball.
Yeah, just turns the ball over too much. They were up one day, he had a pass in the Hopkins up and on the baseline, he gets the ball defensively out. They were up one at that point, now they're down 6.
8-0 run. Oh, this is only at 30. So you're going to have to come back here in just a second here. Until this break over is going on, we get the official timeout. Yeah, just let me cut it. We're going to tell you a 30-second timeout here, so Tim Ingles gets it down. We've got 5:51 to go. But the Pearl on an 8-0 run, they won their last 3 shots from the floor, and the Pearls have turned it over for a 15th time.
I mean, turnovers. It seems this year when the Flyers get the turnovers, it's at such crucial times. They're up by 1. Pierre throws the ball away, and that got the run down for the Pearl, got him some momentum. It's a big possession right here. Plenty of time to go. Just like it was in the first half, you got to get a score here.
Flyers with the ball. Jabri has it to the right side. Taken by Joseph. Almost stolen there by Meyer. Joseph skipped to the top of the key, comes left again for Pierre. 15 to shoot. Pierre on the left wing, pulls it out on Enright. Now he's going to take Enright off the dribble. Connor Enright, Peter gets in the line. Holy moly! Jordan called for the defensive foul.
Enright in the spot and dove on the floor, put the onus on the official.
That's 2 dives that DePaul was taking and the officials were bitten on.
No, that's 2 turnovers by Jaden Pierre in the last minute and a half.
Next foul puts DePaul at the line in the bonus. Flyers have got to get a stop here. Momentum, if nothing else. Enright right, crosses over the left. Rich Barron is checked into the game for Providence. Enright kicks it up to Skogman, gives it back to Enright on the key. Now drives to the right, down low, reverses fadeaway jumper up, no good. That is on top, and is taken by Pierre.
Pierre boxing out there.
Jabri now finds Joseph on the left wing. Joseph throws up by D'Amico. Wanted to take him off the dribble. Moves it out, comes left for Jabri. Now back again for Joseph up high. Joseph going to go for a deep 3-point off the ring.
I know what the fans are running out there, but the last 2 possessions, no, not good. I mean, Bryce Hopkins got to get set the screen there and get involved in the offense as well.
No offense at all. Make it take it. That's all it was. Enright well out on the perimeter, starts left on Barron. Now pushes it right, on the screen for 3. He's it out on Jabri with a rebound.
Well, Fry's getting lucky there on that miss.
Up the floor, here's Joseph down the lane, gets down on his way to the hoop, on the floor. And the foul is called on Connor Enright, his first foul of the game.
Fry's, late in the games here, John, they go too much one-on-one. They got to stop moving the ball in themselves. They got to set some screens and get some people moving. They're easy to grab. They try to spread the floor and beat that guy one-on-one, and that's when they turn the ball over. It happened in the Oklahoma game. Now it's happening in the Rhode Island game. They got to get the ball moving. Then you get Bryce Hopkins when you get some movement on the offense.
Gunn in for Rivera. That's 5 team fouls. Inbounds comes out to Hopkins. Hopkins with 22 to shoot. Back to the
standing around. You got to move.
Hands off for Pierre. Pierre on the left wing uses Hopkins as a screen in front of his bench. Now gets into the lane. Stops at the foul line. Backs it all the way out between the circles. 10 to shoot. Skogman guarding Pierre. They're taking off the dribble. Left side Hopkins for 3. Short. And the rebound from Miller, who kicks off into the court to the left side.
Good D by DePaul. They're keeping the Flyers on the perimeter.
1 to 4, and the Flyers are still down 6.
Got to get a stop here.
Enright circles to the right, back out to Skogman, top of the key. Joseph right there. Hands off from Meyer. Meyer starts left, cuts to the right on a crossover. Down low.
He's good contact right there. Right into Joseph. Joseph played pretty good defense right there.
8 for Meyer here in the second half. Is taking over a bit on offense. And the Bears run is 10-0 over the last 3 minutes. Joseph, right foot to Jabri. Flowers need to score. Jabri, get it.
That was a big run right there. That basket barely down by 5. Now need to get a stop.
That's his first basket of the game with a 3:10 to play. It's 56-51. Enright walks into the forecourt. High screen set. They've just got to lock him down for the rest of this game. Enright, D'Amico, back to Enright on the right side. Hands off to D'Amico. Penetrates on Jabri. Stops. Gives it back to Enright in front of his bench. Gets into the lane. Kicks it back out. D'Amico for 3. And the rebound for Brown on the baseline.
Good D that time.
2:45 to go. Providence outside. Here comes Joseph right down the lane. Leans in. Scores on the layup.
Good job by Joseph. Pushing the ball down the floor. Putting the onus on the defense to get back.
16 for Joseph to lead the Flyers. And the timeout called in by Chris Hartman. 2:33 remaining. 56-53. The Flyers are back within 3. We'll take this timeout from Learfield. This is Providence Flyer basketball.
5s have 17 fouls and they have 5. Right?
Yep.
They come down and make them shoot those, and neither team shoots them very well.
Nope. Holmes up with the slam from the floor and the door. Now open, shop unmatched selection. You get flooring, tile, and wood at unbeatable prices. Flyers are pulled back within 3 with 2:33 to play.
Yeah, shooting 48% here in the second half, John. That's good shooting. 12 for 25, just 2 for 9 there from 3. DePaul's 9 for 23 in the second half, 43%, 4 for 12 from 3. But the bugaboo all year for this Flyer team has been turnovers. They have twice as many turnovers than DePaul. DePaul just has 8 turnovers in the ballgame. The Flyers have 16 turnovers in the ballgame.
8 more possessions.
8 more possessions. Now that has 5 and Pierre has 4, so they have 9 of the 16 turnovers in the ballgame. Only 3 guys basically have early turnovers in the game. So Flyers down the stretch here have to take better care of the ball, obviously. It's going to come down to free throw shooting, I feel, John, this game. The defense has to be solid here, and it's down 3 right now. It's a similar way to the first half. I mean, the Flyers have to knock down on defense, and the shot goes up. Take away that 3-point shot, but the shot goes up. Don't allow an offensive rebound. The Flyers has 8 of the 32 rebounds are offensive rebounds. The Flyers have 7 offensive rebounds. But this is a key possession right here. They got to get a stop.
They have 6 to 15 from the foul line. The Flyers 0 for 3 for the game. 25 on the shot clock, 2:33 on the game clock.
You got Bryce Hopkins now playing the center position. Flyers going small. We got Barron in there, and they just checked Cadet into the ball game. So Bryce can guard the big guys. The other guys have to make sure they switch everything. Everybody's the same size out there. No reason why if you get screened, you don't switch. Nobody should go open look for this DePaul team.
It will be Isaiah Rivera, who inbounds near his bench on the near side, out to Enright. Enright will work on Bensley Joseph. Off the screen, D'Amico around the arc to the right side, kicks the ball back left for Enright. Now for Rivera. Rivera with Cadet guarding him. Rolls right over the screen again. No pick and roll. Back out front again. And driving is Meyer. Meyer gets down low, puts up the jumper. Got a touch the clock. Pierre blocked it. The Flyers came up with it.
Good defense right there. Good box out too by Cadet, keeping Skogman off the backboard.
A 3 will tie it. And we're coming up to even 2 minutes to play. Give and go down the lane. He wants it in run.
Great pass by Joseph right there in the pick and roll. Bryce Hopkins has to touch the ball now every time down the floor.
56-55. Got a D up again here on the high post. Skogman. Hopkins is right there on top of it. Hands off for Enright. Looking for a screen. Cuts to the left. Looks inside. Kicks the ball back out front for Meyer. Now shovels it back to Enright. 10 to shoot. 1:34 to play. Enright drives to the right. Gets around Hopkins. And Hopkins is called for a hold. And that's going to be a 1-and-1.
See, that's a tough match. A good job by Hopkins. Get out there. You don't want to give him the 3, but Enright is crafty. We talked about him before the ball game, John. He played 2 years at Drake. They made the NCAA tournament. They won their conference 2 years in a row, and he's playing the point guard position. He wanted to take a step up and go into the Big East this year. He's a tough little player.
Cadet comes out. Jabri comes back in. Maybe a little offense defense good there. So Enright to the foul line, only 42.9 on the season.
That's crazy.
But 1 for 1 here, I'll make him 2 for 2 for tonight.
The guy shoots 40 from 3. But, he's got a good stroke there. He must not be concentrating during the game. But down the stretch here, that's when it counts. You got to make them.
He's got 7 points in the night. He put his team back up by 3 here with a make. On the way and got it. That didn't look like a 42% shooter to me.
I was just shocked that he's shooting 42%.
Flyers down 3, 58-55. 1:28 to go. PC with the basketball. High screen set. Pierre rolls left. Bounces to Hopkins. Gives it right back to Jaden.
Come on, Jaden.
Jaden's looking for somebody to set a screen. Now he finds Price. Price right at the top of the key. Chubb steps up. Skogman goes around him. That way. Up and under move. Up the line. Right there. We're going to take that around. It's 2 minutes ball.
There's got to be a foul. How's that not a foul? I mean, you're calling on the other end like that. It's a foul there.
Nobody called it. Flyers are going to get the ball with a fresh 20 on the shot clock.
He's asking if he wants to look at it.
Skogman's asking him to look at it, but they're not going to do that.
20 seconds on the shot clock.
So it'll be Joseph who inbound from the baseline to the left of the basket. Joseph looks. He's going to lob it out to Jabri. Jabri turns and looks. Now finds Pierre between the circle. Joseph got to move here. He's coming up on 60 seconds to go. Joseph has it. After Jaden, he's going to launch the play. That's the first three he's made in the game. It is. It's one right there. Now they're going to get a stop. Last 58, 52 seconds left. Timeout, just hooking in the power. Pierre knows the clutch three from the right leg. Pierre it up with 53.3 on the clock. That's where you got to be. Don't worry about it. The rest of the part of the game, getting turnovers and missing shots. You get one down there wide open from three, you got to knock it down at crunch time. We'll hold on to it here. Providence has made 4 of the last 5 shots from the floor, so it's a good time to heat up. And DePaul has no field goals in the last 2:44 on the count. So for Chris Hartman, what do you have to be thinking here?
Well, guys have to get their best defensive unit in the ball game right now. Each team has one timeout left. So you go offense, defense again, obviously. If the Friars get a stop, they'll probably push the ball up the floor and call a timeout. They get a good stop. Now, it'll be interesting how DePaul handles this, John, with 53 seconds. They want to get a quick score. They'll get another possession out of it if they don't score. But if they take it down too much and they don't make the shot, the Friars going to have a last shot opportunity anyway. So you got to probably throw that timeout in the situation. So I'm thinking I want my best defensive players on the floor right now and try to get a stop right here. And then make some substitutions on offense.
If you're Hartman, do you work for the three, an open look?
Best open shot you look for, you take it. Now this team's going to try to penetrate, get to the basket, and throw it out for a three. Friars, if Strickland's in the ball game, you got to make sure you know where he is because he's shooting the three lights out. Friars done a good job here in the second half of taking away that three-point shot. When you look at what DePaul is only 4 for 12 from three-point range, well below their average. And Strickland's in the ball game, so he's going to be initiating the offense, setting screens, and handing it off. The Friars have to switch everything. That's what they have on the floor right now. He feels like this is their best defensive unit out there.
They got Cardet, Pierre, Barron, Joseph, and Hopkins.
Well, you know, I don't know about Barron being out there, but I would like to have Corey Floyd out there as a defensive player in this situation. But Barron's been playing the minutes. Corey hasn't been playing the second half.
Rivera inbounds from the near sideline to Enright. 22 to shoot, 49 to play. Enright works to the left sideline, 4 court to our right. High screen goes left to Miko, fakes the three, now for Enright. He goes up with a deep three, no! Rebound on the floor, loose, and the ball is saved. Let's see it, the Miko for three, no! Take it, Hopkins gets the rebound. And he pulls it away from Muir. Flores have the ball, and 1 second difference between the picks. They can win it with a basket. Joseph gets for a circle, rips, and then Kim English decides to take his final timeout with 20.3 on the game clock, 20 on the possession, and we're tied at 58.
It's very interesting. Myra's looking over at defense. They have a foul to give, DePaul does. They were almost going to take a foul right there, but they didn't do it. So now they have a time to discuss it with DePaul does in their huddle. They're probably going to give a foul at some point in this shot half here.
Got 1 to give. They have 5, so 1 to give.
Yes. This is similar to where the first half ended, John.
Yeah.
They had 3 fouls to give there, and they kept fouling the Friars. Friars had like 18 seconds to go on the shot clock to end the first half. It's a similar situation here to end the ball game.
This is where you got to put shooters in the game now. Guys that can actually maybe win it for you at the free throw.
Yeah, you got Raheem. You got to have Raheem out here right now. He can make a three and he can make foul shots. You're going to have Joseph and Pierre in there, I'm sure. I don't know who's going to front. Well, Barron can make threes, but he can't shoot free throws. He's not a good free throw shooter. But look for the ball to foul at some point. So I think the Friars, you want to have enough time on the clock when they give that 6th foul. So you have a good look at a shot to win the ball game. You know, if you take it down to like 4 or 5 seconds and then they foul you, now you got to rush a second shot. That's what happened in the first half.
Friars need to dig down and show a quit right here with 20 seconds to play. Tied at 58. Friars with 4 of the last 5 from the floor. So the Pirates only made 1 of its last 7, and no field goals in the last 3:17.
Well, this is the time now where it's nice to have a guy like Bryce Hopkins. Bryce is in the ball game now. You know, you can have, he's a go-to guy. He's going to either create something to the basket, open up a teammate, and he's going to draw the defense. So the Friars have to not turn the ball over, obviously, but they're going to have a foul to give here. I don't know when they'll give it, but the Friars definitely will foul.
Barron will inbound, right sideline, 4 court to our left. Inbounds to Pierre. Pierre's going to move quickly to the left. Hand up. Belongs to the the Flyers. Oh, my goodness.
What was going on?
What was Bensley Joseph thinking? He tried to pass it. It slipped out of his hands. It went to the floor. And then Jabri Abdullah, he may have just saved it. Because a held ball with the arrow goes back to the Flyers with 12 and a half seconds left. Well, now they're going to go out to the floor with the mops and wipe up the perspiration after the scramble for the loose ball.
I think you got to go to the basket here
Right now.
and you get a foul call.
Right now, maybe you shoot 2 instead of a 1-on-1. You got to go to the. You got to go to the
5-team foul, so they can foul.
down inbounds to Joseph and the foul. So Meyer gives up the one foul that they can give up.
I like that. I would have let him dribble out there a little bit more and then foul him, let the shot clock get down to 6 seconds or something. You want him to do that then. Now you can take the shot for the winner.
Barron will inbound again from the right sideline. He gives it right to Hopkins with 9, with 8. Now for Joseph with 7, with 6. And number 4 with 5, with 4. Throws it up. Goes to the rim. Goes into the shoot. And then we're overtime. Over the negative 2 on that drag to the basket. No foul call, and the official will slide his whistle.
Well, that's what they normally do. In the game, they don't want the game decided on the foul line. They want to finish it up. But guys, that 2 good looks. I mean, those who went to the basket, they had the real they were going down. Hopkins came out, almost tipped it in. So they got opportunity. That's when they were able to finish it out.
So we go to overtime, an extra 5 minutes here, 58 the score. We'll hear that talk for just a moment because the Flyers, had to show at least a little bit of grit to get back in it. But DePaul, no field goals in the last 3:37 of regulation. The Flyers couldn't finish it off.
Well, quick and play about the shot. I mean, they got Bensley going to the basket. He's really good at that going left. And Hopkins came flying in there, almost hooked it in. Had 2 good opportunities, but just one able to finish that one off. But being overtime there now, still have an opportunity to win the game.
Now the Flyers' first overtime game of the season. Last year in overtime, they went 2-1. They've won 10 of the last 12 games that they have played in overtime over the last 3 seasons. For DePaul, this is their second overtime game this year. They beat Southern Indiana in the season opener in overtime.
Well, this thing, you use a lot of players like the Flyers have been using now. Hopefully they have some fresh legs out there to go this overtime. There's a lot of guys out there too. But now you got 16 fouls for DePaul, so the next 5 by DePaul, Flyers get a 1-on-1. Flyers have 18 fouls with DePaul be on the line for 1-on-1.
It'll be Trainer to start the overtime into DePaul with Enright, Rivera, Stokman, and the second half hero, Jacob Meyer, who's the leading scorer. The Flyers are going to go with the same unit, except they're going to bring Oswin into the game, replacing Capri to start the overtime with Barron, Joseph, Pierre, and Hopkins. The Trainer will center Chuck with Arunce in the middle. Man, what a tough break. There's the tap. Flyers control it in the backcourt with Hopkins.
Need to have a good start here now. Try to get yourself a lead in this game.
Joseph has it. Basket to the left here in the overtime for the Flyers. Comes off a high screen and an offensive foul called on Oswin for an illegal screen.
Oh my God. It's so frustrating. Oswin gets those called a lot on him. You gotta set it. Just stay there.
He moves. Moving screen. That's the 17th turnover of the game. He gives DePaul the ball. Enright comes off the screen. High-low pass down low. And underneath it, it's stolen by Pierre. Took it right away from Trainer. So Pierre gets it back on the DePaul turnover. Jaden drives to the left, goes hard to the hoop, down into the post, backs it out to Hopkins. Hopkins got his man to foul. He goes right to the hoop.
Good job by Hopkins. Getting in the basket that time and dishes it off for the dunk by the big fella.
Flyers strike first. They lead 60-58. 4:15 to go on the extra period. Trainer on the right side in front of his bench. Up front now for Enright. Enright stops. Wood goes cross court.
No.
Skogman for 3.
Give him coming open three. That's his. How many 3-pointers does he have? He has 6 3-pointers.
6 threes win. And he gives DePaul a 1-point lead at 61-60. Pass the screen, Pierre rolls left. Back out front now for Joseph. Joseph offers up the screen legally this time. Joseph continues down the lane. Banks it up short. A foul on the floor is called. And it's going to put him at the line shooting the 1-and-1 as the foul is called on Jacob Meyer.
Meyer's a physical guy. I mean, and Joseph's doing a good job of getting there, probing and banging. I mean, both teams have been battling out there. Let's see who has enough left at the end. This has been a grind, this game.
So Bensley's going to get a 1-and-1. The Friars 0 for 3 from the free throw line in regulation. Bensley, 74%, hits the first one. That ties the score up at 61. This one gives the Friars a 1-point lead if he can hit it. Two dribbles at the line. Lets it fly. Got it to go.
Good job by Bensley, knocking down 2 big ones there. That plays some D now.
Friars up a lot. 62-61. Enright rocks it left to right into the forecourt. On the left sideline, picked up by Joseph. High screen, rolls to the right. Hopkins switches out to Skogman, back to Enright. Enright again comes to the right, drives down low, throws the right, doesn't get the call though. Skogman, top of the key, now again for Rivera, gets down to the right post. Steal on the baseline, and Hopkins stepped out of bounds.
Really hit on the shot clock.
Stepped right in front of the pass, but had his foot on the baseline. 8 to shoot, as Joe said. 3:21 to go in the overtime.
What's that lob pass now in the middle?
Rivera lobs it out front, and he finds on the left wing Trainer. Pulls it out to the top of the key. Comes right for Rivera with 2, with 1.
Great defense. Jaden Pierre blocked that 3-point attempt. The shot clock right there. You talk about you need a good stop on defense. That was one right there.
You got it. Now you need to find a way to score and really put the pressure on DePaul.
All right, Bryce Hopkins got to get a touch here.
Joseph into the forecourt in front of his bench. Stops his penetration. Looks for the post. Out front with Pierre. Pierre circles around a screen to the right. Kicks it out left. Hopkins in front of his bench. He fakes. He drives. He leans in. Won't get the shot. The gets a rebound. Did not get a foul call on that one. Enright. The Skogman deep 3. Rebound take. They go off of Joseph.
Yeah, Bryce Hopkins, he can't get a call. He's got to take it in there and just play and try to dunk it. Maybe get the guy to call a foul for him. He's a little tired right now, so he's going to get a blow. I mean, he hasn't played much this year.
I know.
So he got Corey Floyd back in the game.
Checks in. DePaul still has 20 to shoot, 2:45 on the clock.
It's an important time in the game now with Bryce out. Friars have to be smart and play good D.
Enright looks for the inbound. So the baseline left. The ball got tapped. Good job. And the inbound pass, and he came down with the ball.
Nice one with the big hands up there. Nice deflection.
Pierre to Joseph. Drives down the lane on Skogman. Puts it up short. We'll get it. Rebound tapped up and turned down near. Just can't finish it.
Man, that was a good move there, too, by Joseph. He just couldn't finish the layup.
And a timeout called by Chris Holtman.
Both teams are just sucking wind. I think Joseph is just, his legs are kind of dying right now. He had that shot to almost win the game, and it was short. And that one there was short.
So 2:23 remaining in the overtime. Each team got an additional timeout in the overtime. Paul just now using theirs, trailing 62-61. 30-second timeout call here on the floor. Nope, they're going to bring the charge out. We're going to take the timeout. Flyers ball run from Learfield. This is Providence Flyer basketball. We'll take one more overtime timeout if the Flyers call it, Sam.
And Bryce just can't get a call, man. You know why? The thing that is hurt here. He leans away when he goes to the basket.
Yeah. He's going to lean in.
You got to go in and try to make the shot. I mean, you want to create contact, but I mean, you got to. If the contact happens, that's a bonus. You got to make the shot. You got to take it up strong into the guy and finish. He doesn't do that. He fades away.
Wintrust Arena. We've got 2:23 remaining in overtime. Providence 62, DePaul 61. All right, your Tim English, what's the strategy here?
Well, they just put Bryce back into the ball game. We got a little ball at a timeout with big time. And then the defensive side of things, the Friars have to get a stop and not allow a second shot opportunity. And please find Scorpion out there. Don't let him get another open look. What's Scorpion right now from three-point range? He's 6 for 10 from three-point range. Yep. That's the last guy you want to take a shot from three-point range. But the defense has been solid. I mean, they're playing good defense and just allowing one shot, and then the Friars up on the boards as Osmond comes out now, and you got Bryce in there with the center position. They're going small. Again, John, they can switch everything on the defensive end. There shouldn't be any open looks from three.
DePaul will inbound. C.J. Gunn back into the game. Will inbound it from the left sideline. Corey Floyd in front of him. He finds D'Amico. D'Amico has Baron guarding him, now to Enright. 19 to shoot, 2:18 to play. Friars by 1. Meyer with it. He's got Barron on him. He's going to drive to the left. Picked up by Hopkins. Cuts back to the right. Leans in. He did get away with a travel. Shoveled his feet. Now to Gunn. Top of the key for Skogman with 3. With 2. With Ron. He's going to spin. He's going to drive up the buzzer. Rooke on the rebound for Joseph.
Joseph can foul in that rebound, too. He slapped across the hand. Good defense by the Friars. Get the shot clock down.
The Friars have the ball. 1:49 to go and an overtime. Joseph has it low. Hopkins sets the high screen. Works his way top. Now pulls it out near the midcourt circle. D'Amico switches to take that with Joseph. 10 to shoot on the shot clock. Joseph keeps it low. Drives right by him. Underhand release.
Good save right there. D'Amico can't guard him. Joseph went by with the left hand. All right, D'Amico didn't get on his left hand there.
Friars by 3. 1:23 to go in the OT.
Switch everything now. You got to switch everything on defense.
D'Amico finds Skogman. Now comes to the right side for Enright. Enright uses Skogman as a screener into the right corner. Reverses into the lane. Kicks it through. Meyer now circles outside. Finds Enright. Gets in the lane. Skogman left side. Doesn't get the 3 out. Gets into the post with 5 to shoot. Enright places the shot. No good. Rebound. Taken by 24 on the opening.
Good deal. Jones did a good job to get out on Skogman in the corner. They were switching everything. Skogman didn't want to take the shot.
51 seconds left. Friars by 3 with the foul. In the midcourt circle, Joseph comes off of the screen.
They got to switch it again with D'Amico on. They're going to try to spread the floor again. Got Barron in the corner. Up they come and help.
8 to shoot. Passes off to the right side for Hopkins. Gets into the lane. Stops. Leans in on Skogman. Going to go up and under at the buzzer.
Good move there by Hopkins. He applied the contact and was able to get the shot out.
Quick pass. Right side at the gun. Gets up a deep 3. He'll get rebound. Hopkins. Gets it. He can play down the Skogman feels it with 20.7 on the pick. And the Friars running back 5.
What a pass too there by Joseph over to Hopkins. They're worried about Joseph penetrating. Hopkins was in the corner. He fires overtime. He had some momentum. Got the ball to the basket. But again, judgment. Making the right decision. Joseph made the right decision right there to get the ball to Hopkins in the last possession. Then a big rebound down the other end. But the defense here has been solid here in the second half, John. Switching everything to run any good looks.
They're run down the other way. 2-0 up in front of the Friar bench for Bryce Hopkins, who hasn't been to the foul line tonight. He's got him down 72%. And the free throw is good.
Yes. Right, this is the biggest lead the Friars had since they were up by 10 in the first half early.
15-5 early. It's now 67-61. Hopkins, one more here with just under 21 seconds remaining. Second shot is on the way.
All right, now, one more stop, no fouls.
68-61. DePaul again has not won in the Big East regular season in 692 days.
You got it down to days. It just sounds like a lot when you say days. You know, you can say like a year and a half or a year and 3/4, but
it does.
600 days? Let's hope it stays that way.
They were 0-20 last year. First time a Big East team ever finished 0 for the season. Well, except for Providence back in the first year of the Big East. But then, back then, it was only, 8 games?
Georgetown won a game the last Patrick Ewing's last year?
I think they went 1 and 16, 1 and 17 maybe. I think it was before they played 20. Anyway, inbounds pass here from Meyer in the backcourt to D'Amico, back to Meyer, races up the left sideline, crosses all the way over, goes right to the rim, lays it up and scores with 13.8 left. And now DePaul will call their final timeout of the game.
Well, you give up a 2 right there, and they had to get it up quickly. Tries not to get the ball in bounds and probably going to get fouled. Good substitution there by Tremendous, putting Raheem in the ball game. So if he gets the ball, he's 80% foul shooter. You want him on the line. You want to get the ball either to him or to Pierre, because they're both really good foul shooters, and you want them on the line in this situation. There's 18 fouls for DePaul, so it'll be a 1-on-1 when they do foul. But you got to make sure you get the ball in bounds. No turnovers when you're throwing the ball in bounds.
Friars outscored the Blue Demons 10-5 here in the overtime. 14.8 seconds remaining. Again, we told you at the start of this game, Friars were 2-1 in extra periods last year. As a team, this program has won 10 of the last 12 times they have played overtime.
Much play here in this overtime period, but now you got to get the ball in bounds here. And you're going to get fouled. Whoever gets the ball in, whoever gets it. Now you got to get the ball to your best free throw shooters. He's going to be Raheem and Pierre. I'd rather have Pierre.
Brown's going to inbound the ball.
He can run the baseline now, so just get the ball in bounds.
You got Traynor doing jumping jacks in front of him. Forecourt, or backcourt, I should say, to our right. He runs the baseline, gets the inbounds pass to Joseph, double team. They find Pierre, and he gets around on a reach-in foul by Meyer. Takes another 3 seconds off the clock, 11.6 remaining.
Good execution right there. They got the ball in the corner. And good job by Joseph again, making the right decision. The fifth-year senior has that ability. You know what you got to do. You want to get the ball to Pierre right there, and he did. As they trapped him in the corner, the middle is always open against a full-court press when you trap in the corner.
All right, so this is the 9th team foul, a 1-and-1 here for Pierre with 11.6 on the clock. And the shot bounces and stays. And on the season, 78.9 from the line. Back into the game, Rivera for DePaul, replacing Leighton Blocker.
And a 6-point lead right now. You get this to 7.
2 possessions minimum here.
Well, you don't have to fire up to do anything right now if you make this one.
He made it.
Just keep the ball in front of you here, make him catch it and go full court.
Inbounds comes to Enright. Into the forecourt to the right side. Takes it all the way down, throws up the runner. It's short. Rebound tapped over to the left sideline. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be Providence ball. Or is it DePaul ball? Oh, they give it back to DePaul. Jabri comes into the game. 4.3 on the clock.
Good job by this Friar team. They gutted out that overtime, boy. I tell you what.
Oh, the Friars do get the ball. All right. Yeah. So they gave it to Barron, who inbounds to Pierre. And that's it. No foul. And Providence will win on the 63.
Big win for the Friars. I mean, they had opportunities out there to win the ball game at the end of regulation, but gutted it out when things weren't going well. They survived a 20-5 run by this DePaul team on the road. They were able to come back and win this ball game. Excellent game.
It was actually 25-5.
25-5 I mean, think about that.
You got outscored by 20 points over a 9-minute period. You got outscored by 20 points.
And you survived and you come back and win it overtime.
On the road.
On the road. Good playing there.
Gutsy performance by the Friars. Was it pretty? No. Was it perfect? Far from it. Was it a win? That's all that counts.
Well, they played perfect defense, I'll tell you that. In the second half, they were really, really good. The only guy who got open was Squadron, the guy who didn't want to get open. But they shut everybody else down. That was an excellent defensive job by the Friars in this game.
Friars improved to 7-4 overall, but 1-0 in the Big East. DePaul loses for just the second time this year. They got to 7-2, and they're 0-1 in conference play. Our Santander Bank post-game show is coming up next. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball. All right, who's our player of the game? You want Bensley?
Yeah, Bensley was.
Bensley's got to be the player.
So yeah, he did a great job of getting everybody involved.
So why don't you can come back with just about anything that you have that's good, and then save the Bensley one for the last one, all right? All right.
Jaden Pierre.
A little bit of a bark at that yes right there when Jaden hit that three, but that might have been the shot of the game right there.
That was
Pierre
clutch, man.
Hit that one to pull his team right back in it after DePaul had a 6-point lead with just over 3 minutes to play in regulation.
No, what was good about that too, John. I mean, he hadn't hit a three-pointer the whole game. You know, he was 0 for 5, and then he knocks down that three. He didn't hesitate, raised up, and boom, knocked it down. That was a big hoop there because DePaul was getting a little bit momentum, and he knocked it down there to tie it up, and then the Friars took it from there.
Well, this game, 70-63, the final in overtime for the Friars. I mean, and it almost defies description, especially when you get so frustrated and you know this team is capable of so many good things because of the talent that's on the floor. But eventually that talent has to begin to prove itself. And maybe they took a small step in that direction here just for showing some of the grittiness in the stretch run into the OT tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they've had games where they could have won. I mean, I mentioned that a number of times. The Oklahoma game, they had that, they could have won that game. They lost by a deuce, and Oklahoma's a very good team. They're ranked now. The Rhode Island game, they kind of gave it away at the end of the game. And, this one here, they beat up on BYU, which is a very good team at home, and they have the capabilities. And I think now that Bryce coming back, the rotations are going to change a little bit. Kim likes to go small. Bryce can play that small center position and make matchups difficult for the other team. I think defensively, they played exceptionally well in this ball game. They switched every screen. They didn't try to fight over the screens anymore. They did it once in a while away from the basket, but they switched everything. That way there, you challenge every shot, John. You have a hand in the face on shooters, except for Skogman. He snuck away a few times, but other than that, the other guys really didn't get a lot of looks from three-point range. I mean, they made 10 out of 26, which is their average, but they had to work for them. They didn't have a lot of good looks except for Skogman. But when you look at the way the Friars played offensively, I still think they're trying to figure that out. They want to get Bryce spread get him to the basket. He had basically the shot that put the game away there, that nice move against the big guy. But Joseph, when you spread the floor, he can get to the basket with the left hand. Then you throw it out to Pierre, he can hit a big shot. So that's going to get better. That's like still in the stage of figuring it out because Bryce hasn't been here all year. So I think they will get better than this game. And that's a good DePaul team. You come in and beat DePaul, you say, so what? Because they haven't won a game in, 600 days, you just said, John. But that's a pretty good DePaul team. They're going to win some games this year. And they're a veteran squad, and that's a good win to win this game in overtime here.
Well, Pierre hit that key three with 57 seconds left in regulation to tie the score up at 58-58, and that's what we took into overtime. But I want to take it back into the first half because the Friars actually got out to a marvelous start on offense and actually had a 15-5 lead over DePaul with just under 13 minutes to play. So DePaul only scored 5 points in the opening 6+ minutes of the ball game. But from that point forward, Friars just, I don't know if they forgot how to play the game or if it was just a matter of the shooting going south or what it was. But DePaul then started a 25-5 run over the next 9 minutes. And they ended up with a 30-20 lead over the Friars before Providence closed with a 7-0 run, and we're down by just 3 at halftime, 30-27. And you talked about it at the end of that run in the first half. You said we need to get this down to somewhere 6 to 4 points, and then you feel pretty good about your chances in the second half, and they did that.
Yeah, that's 30-second shot clock. I mentioned to you so often, John. And you got to keep playing. If you have the lead, you can't hold it. And if you're fighting from behind, you just play good defense, get some stops, and make some shots. And the Friars were able to do that. They looked like they were dead in the water there for a while at the end of that first half, but they showed some spunk and got back into it, down by 3, and they had a shot at the end of the half to maybe tie the score. So I think that momentum going in the locker room, they came out in the second half, the first 4 minutes of the second half, and really put it on them defensively. So Friars played a gritty game on the defensive end. The offense is going to get better, I'm sure of that, but the defense was a big reason why they won this game. They did a good job of getting stops when they needed to.
Well, the Friars actually scored. They were down 30-27. They scored the first 4 of the second half to take the lead at 31-30, just a minute deep into the half. And then Providence actually was able to stretch out as much as a 5-point lead, 40-35 at the 13-10 mark before finally Providence then was able to, or actually I should say DePaul was able to squeeze back in using some of the free throw line. The last lead the Friars had was after an Oswin dunk. It was 44-39 Providence. A 5-point lead with 10 minutes and 11 seconds to go. And then Skogeman got loose for another 3. Meyer hit a 3-pointer, and then Meyer hit another 3-pointer, gave his team a 2-point lead. And they held on to that lead after Oswin hit a dunk at 48-46. They held on to that lead and turned it into an 8-point advantage. It was 56-48 after Meyer hit a layup with 3:37 to go. And then in the last 3 minutes and 37 seconds, DePaul could only get one more basket. The Friars outscored them 10-2 in the last 3:37 before it's overtime.
Well, I thought the defense for the Friars was exceptional out there because it's a tough team to guard because they all can shoot the 3-point shot, and they turn the corner on the screens. I felt like the defensive principles in this ball game, the Friars switched everything and made it difficult. And our guest here tonight is Oswin, the young freshman who was up there blocking shots and changing shots and getting a few dunks in this one. Oswin, you played a good ball game. How's it feel?
It feels good because, we've been working on it every day in practice. So, the fact that we come here, our first road win, it feels really good. We're excited.
It was fun to watch you tonight, too. A lot of times in the first couple of games when you're playing, you're just trying to plug up the middle and you'd have your hands up and, you wouldn't be aggressive sometimes. You worry about getting a foul. But in this ball game, you tried to block a lot of shots, and I think they knew you were in there, and they started to change their shots when they went to the basket.
Yeah, it's just more like Kim just told me, don't just be you. Don't change how you. That's the reason why he recruited me. I should be me. I shouldn't change how I play just because it's college. So I just told myself today, I'm going to help my team get the first road win, first Big East win.
Yeah, what's your wingspan, 9 feet tall? Because there was one out of bounds play underneath the basket, which was a big position. From him. You brought the glass,
and then you pulled it down.
I got the turnover, but playing in a game like this is your first Big East game. I mean, the conference play is totally different. It's just like, the energy levels turned up, the intensity's turned up. What did that feel like for you in your first game?
To be honest, we just see it as practice, another day of practice because, Kim always tells us like, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to the amount of your preparation. So we've been working, we be practicing a lot for this. I'm like, I'm just happy that we're able to get that first win. That's all that matters right now.
How did you feel when you're out on the, you're guarding the big guy Skogman who's making threes, and you had to switch everything. So sometimes you got stuck on a guard and you have to guard him. I thought you did a pretty good job on the 3-point line, taking it away, making those guys go to the basket.
Yeah, because our principles, early high hand, let them go baseline. We have an answer to them on the baseline. We just try to make them not go middle, because if they go middle, we got to push out. But if they go baseline, we have an answer to them on the baseline drive. So I just stuck to our principles.
Yeah, that's
Good
how.
job.
Yeah, that's how it turned out. Now we have to do something about moving screens, don't we? I know that would get a laugh out of you. Tell me what's the hardest thing about remembering that and doing that?
Well, I'm going to explain something before you answer that.
Okay.
Because I played in the backcourt.
Okay.
When the big guy sets the screen, the guard has to wait till you plant yourself. He
You.
can't go around that screen until you're set. And you get blamed for the foul, but it's a lot of times it's the guard's fault for going too fast.
See, that answers the question. I think it was more like
Yeah, I don't want you to get blamed for it. He's got to wait.
Yeah, we excited to go into the possession by possession. So sometimes we gotta slow it down. Sometimes we got that's why we going back practice, or we play St. Bonaventure on Saturday, and then right back to another Big East game. So we ready.
Yeah, I know why you want to get a little bit of head start up that screen, so you can go to the hoop and they can throw the alley oop.
I love dunks.
We know you do, and we love to see you. We love to see you dunk the ball. Congratulations on great game night. You had 10 points. You guys got the win. You're 1-0 in the Big East.
Yeah, thank you.
Good job, Osmond.
Way to go, Osmond. Good job tonight.
Thank you.
In that overtime, in fact, Osmond actually scored the first basket of the overtime on a dunk himself.
Yeah.
So he ended up with 10 points in the game overall. Where do you feel like, maybe since he's still here, I'm going to ask you, where do you feel like you really need to improve your game on the offensive side? What would you like to get to?
Every team has different defense. I'm not gonna be able to dunk the ball every time. Just more like having my post feel, like my work more on my hook shot, patience, know when to go up, know when to use a sucker fake, Coach Fronten does a good job of working with me and the other bigs day in, day out. So I just gotta work on that more and trust the process.
You know what I think you gotta do too? When you get the rebound, you got to squeeze it like you're going to pop the air out of the ball, so nobody can reach in and take it from you.
Yeah.
Young guys, you come out of high school, nobody gets it because it's way up here. But when these guys, when you get it down there, they're going to slap it away and squeeze that pumpkin.
Yeah, I was happy the ref got a foul on that one. I was like,
yeah, that's right.
Kim was about it.
Thank you. All right, go join him in the locker room. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you. Oswin Arunse, who had 10 points for the Friars in this one, as they win at 70-63 in overtime. Joe and I will continue with more of the Santander postgame wrap-up from the Windy City in Chicago in a moment from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
That was a fun interview because I want to feel him like he'd get him laughing, and then he could loosen up.
Yeah, he's a loose kid.
Yeah. Principles. I like that. He's paying attention. We got defensive principles. Guys don't pay attention.
10 points and 8 rebounds.
And 3 blocks. So I thought he had more than that, but he had 3 blocks in the first half. He didn't get, I don't know. He might have more. We don't even get a final stat. Yeah, how can he not have a final stat? I'm going to go down there to those guys, see if they got a final stat.
We might get somebody to bring us the final box.
I think they said they handed them out already.
We didn't get one. They handed them all out. Well, then print 2 more, damn it. Come on. Got one? Okay.
Dave Causine, who does the color for them, he played against me when he was at DePaul.
I know, right.
He said they didn't get a final box either.
And they handed them all out.
Yeah, these guys were writing on them already. I don't know what they're doing over here. What is that?
I don't know. No idea.
That ad's like 4 years old, but it's so good.
So that 2, 4, 6, 8, 19, 11, 5. 20 for Bensley.
No turnovers.
Yeah.
In 41 minutes. And the Sandigo didn't play in the second half. Good.
No. Nope.
Good Friars.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a big hoop there.
Big hoop down the stretch. They got big hoops all over the place tonight, and the Friars were able to turn up a notch on the defensive side in the overtime, outscoring DePaul 12-5 in the extra 5-minute period to get the win 70-63 over the Blue Demons. And how about this, Joe? This is now 6 straight wins for Providence against DePaul, and they're now 7-1 all time in this building.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a home court for them, but, most of the games have been battles in here, though, so and especially this one. This is probably the toughest game they've ever had in this place, but they executed. That's what they did well, John. And, we talk about free throw shooting and the bad percentage the Friars had all year. They made 6 in a row down the stretch here.
Yeah.
So, they made big shots in this game. That's how you win close games.
And obviously, we know this is a completely different DePaul team than the one we've seen over the last, 2-3 years. 0 minutes returned, 14 newcomers, one of 6 teams in the country that completely wiped the slate clean on its roster for first-year head coach Chris Holtman.
Yeah, Chris Holtman comes in and wipes the clean because the team won 3 games last year. So whatever you had on the team, you don't want them around anyway because they can't win. They're not good enough. So let's start all over again.
The guys he went out and found are pretty good, to be honest with you. I mean,
Yeah.
David Skogman, I think, is a real talent. He's a graduate transfer
6 years
from Davidson, so it's his 6th year to play. Connor Enright has played in the NCAA tournament for Drake. Layden Blocker played for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Jacob Meyer was one of the leading scorers in the second in the Sun Belt in scoring last year at Coastal Carolina. C.J. Gunn, who had a couple of tough, only 2 points, had some tough minutes in there. Transferred from Indiana. J.J. Trainer transferred from Louisville. So guys coming from big name programs.
Well, and guys who are playing for them, John, they played some quality minutes at other programs. And we mentioned Enright before the ball game. I mean, he's been, they won the Missouri Valley. Drake did for 2 straight years. That Drake team, he left. Now they're undefeated, and they're a very good team. So and he's playing an NCAA tournament. So you have some leadership in the backcourt, which makes a big difference.
And Isaiah Rivera, who transferred from Illinois, Chicago, local kid from Geneseo, Illinois, but spent his first 3 years at Colorado State, where he put up some good numbers for the Rams in the Mountain West.
Yeah, that's a good program there out of Colorado State. So, these guys are veteran guys, and you talk about this so often. I mean, they started, everybody on the team was at least a senior.
Right.
Starting.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of experience.
They're starting 5, graduate, senior, redshirt junior, which
Should
is
be a
basically a senior, and sophomore, Jacob Meyer. But he doesn't normally start. The other one that normally starts is a redshirt senior.
Right. So I mean, their experience. I mean, they'll do much better. They'll do better this year in the Big East, I'm sure.
All right. So let's take a look at the numbers then. DePaul ended the game shooting just 1 for their last 7 from the floor, and ends up shooting just 33% for the game, 22 of 67, and they were 11 for 33 from 3-point range, which is also only 33%. Now this team came in shooting nearly 50% from the floor, 49% from the floor, and 40% from 3. They were 3rd nationally in 3-pointers made per game and 16th nationally in 3-point shooting percentage. Providence defense held them 33%.
And 33%. They're averaging 85 points a game as a team. Friars held them to 63 points in an overtime. So they played 45 minutes. So good job by the Friars on the defensive end. I mean, their defense led to some good offensive plays, and they did it at crunch time, too, was the best part of their defense.
8 for 15 from the foul line, 53%. Rebounding went to the Friars, 46-36, the edge on the backboard. Turnovers, 11 for DePaul. Friars scored 16 points off of those 11 turnovers. Friars had 17 turnovers. DePaul managed 16 points as well on that one. But, late in the game, late in the half as well, especially on the overtime, Friars forced some mistakes that ended up costing DePaul the game.
Yeah, the Friars showed a lot of grit in that overtime. I mean, they had to be dragging it. It's a very intense game out there. Both teams were playing hard. I mean, both teams were tugging at their shorts with 2 minutes to go in the overtime. But the Friars got that second win and was able to put the ball game away.
Yeah, individually, just 2 in double figures. David Skogman with 22 points. That is a season high, a DePaul career high for him. He also ended up with 6 rebounds in his 33 minutes. He was 6 for 10 from three-point range, and I swear he did not miss an open shot.
He didn't. I mean, he was ridiculous, and he was open a lot, and he knocked them down. I mean, he was a big reason why they were hanging in the game because he just had a knack of getting open, and he knocked them down. And, you look at the free throws, John, I'm laughing here because Friars were 0 for 3 from the foul line the first 40 minutes of the game.
And then went 6 for 9. 6 for 6 in the extra period.
6 for 6 in the overtime.
Yeah,
that's big.
They needed it. 12 points for Jacob Meyer, who came into the game leading them in scoring at nearly 15 per game. So he had 12. And in fact, he had 14 of those in the second half and the overtime. Pretty good looking guard out of the Sun Belt Conference and Coastal Carolina. Rest of the scoring, 3 from D'Amico, 8 from Rivera, 6 from Enright from Drake, 2 from Gunn, 5 from Trainer, 5 from N.J. Benson, transfer from Missouri State. So outside of Skogman and Meyer, those two combined for 13 for 28 from the floor. The rest of the team went 9 for 39.
That's good defense. And again, I mean, I thought the defense was totally different than the last couple of ball games, John. They switched everything, and when they went small, there's no reason why you should fight over screens because everybody's the same size. Just switch everything, and that made it difficult for DePaul to get an open look.
Friars had 3 in double figures. Bensley Joseph with 20 points, 1 shy of his Providence high. He had 15 of those in the second half and the overtime with great drives to the hoop. It was almost like he put the team on his shoulders.
He did. And he had 7 assists, John, and he did a good job of running the team out there. I mean, he made good decisions, a lot of good passes he made. He made clutch plays going to the basket, and he found teammates.
No turnovers by Joseph.
No turnovers in 41.5 minutes. That's pretty damn good.
Yes, it was. You had 19 points, a season high for Bryce Hopkins with 10 rebounds. So Bryce's first double-double of the season, and that's his 16th of his Friar career.
Yeah, he was monster. I mean, when he's on the floor, everybody, you have to account for him when you're the opposition. And when he's out there, when he goes strong to the basket, he's so difficult to guard because he has a quick leap to the basket. He has good upper body strength. He creates contact, and he finishes. And he made a big play in the overtime.
19 and 10 for Bryce. And then you had Jaden Pierre with 11 points along with 2 rebounds and an assist in his 36 minutes with that huge 3 that tied up the score with less than a minute to play to send the game in the extra period. Jaden, pretty much the shot of the game right there. Wesley Cardette, 5 points, 2 rebounds in his 23 minutes. 5 turnovers. You're going to have to figure out how not to travel with the ball. You had, Chris DeSandico did not play in the second half. 10 first half minutes, no points, 2 rebounds. Jabri Abdur-Rahim, 3 points in 18 minutes. Justin Fernandez played 3 scoreless minutes in the first half. Rich Barron had 2 points in 21 minutes. Ryan Mila scoreless in 4. Eli Delorier gave him 5 tough minutes, mostly in the first half with 2 rebounds, but scoreless. Corey Floyd scoreless in 12. And Oswin Erunse, 10 points, 8 in the second half and overtime with 8 rebounds in 15 total minutes.
Talk about efficiency on the floor. I mean, those kind of numbers in 15 minutes. Oswin was playing good basketball, and he can thank his gods, too, especially Joseph and Pierre. They both look for him on pick and rolls, and they throw it up to the rim, and he did a good job of finishing it today.
So actually 4 in double figures when you count Arunse's 10 in there. Joseph, Hopkins, Pierre, and Arunse. We mentioned the Friars shot 44%, 28 of 63. They were 8 for 26 from 3 for 31%, but 6 of 9 from the foul line, just 67%, but 6 in a row. 6 for 6 in overtime when it counted most.
Yeah, and the games they've won this year, John, they've had to make free throws down the stretch, and that's from the 3-minute on, they've been knocking down those free throws.
All right, so the Friars hold DePaul to just 1 for their last 7 from the floor and get the win 70-63. We got a final timeout to take, and then Joe and I wrap up the Santander postgame show from Chicago coming up from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
Go Friars.
I know, right?
I slammed the table one time. I forget what I did it for. I don't know. Do you remember what I did it for?
I think you slammed the table because they left Skogman open.
Oh. Twice I did it?
Maybe twice.
Hey, that's a good night for me, just 2 times.
Well, because the next break, you said if they leave him open again, I'm throwing my headset.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
that's right. I did say that. So what's our record with you now? You know? Really good. Pretty good. It's got to be pretty good, right? You've been on all 6 games we won here? I don't know.
I think there's only one that you missed because you had a commitment. Yeah.
Probably Blackhawks.
Yeah. But we're 7-1 in this building, so I know you've been here for 6 of them at least.
I predate this building. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we were over at Allstate, right? Yeah.
Years I've been doing this. 24 years I've been doing this. Wow.
Well, you got 12 to catch up. I've been here 36. Joe's actually done it for 40. I know.
Feels like yesterday.
Old fart. Yeah.
Somebody sent this. Do I have a COVID year? People are crazy, man.
Yeah, Bensley Joseph was magic, especially in that second half and overtime. He ended up scoring 15 of his 20 points in the second half, 4 big ones in overtime. And with his 20 points and 7 assists, he's our Audi Warwick outstanding performance of the game.
Yeah, you know, and something that doesn't show up in the stats, John, as a backcourt player, he really sees the moment out there, finding the right people at the right time. You know, that doesn't show up in the stats, but I thought his leadership out there at the point position, got the ball to the people at the right time, and he scored in big situations where he got into that paint.
Right. All right, a couple of other quick scores we want to mention to you. First of all, tonight, crosstown, cross-state rivalry, Brown at home against Rhode Island goes overtime, and the Bears beat URI 84-80 in double overtime to hand the Rams their first loss of the season.
Yeah, but that Brown team, Mike Martin does a terrific job with that team. I saw him play a game. They won at the buzzer recently as well. So, I mean, that's a good team, Brown.
They're very good, and that's the reason why they're one of the contenders in the Ivy this year. 2 other games in the Big East Conference tonight. North Dakota State had a huge early 20-point lead on Butler at Butler, and then Butler came back to take a 67-61 lead, And then they were outscored 10-3 down the stretch, and North Dakota State beat Butler 71-68.
You know what happens a lot of times in those type of game, John? You spend so much energy coming
Getting
back
back.
from 25 points down and you don't have anything left.
Well, that's what happened to us a few times at Butler too, as I recall.
Yeah.
Even though we did come back and win a couple of key games down, and then Xavier at home, no issues with Morgan State tonight, 119-58 for the Musketeers. More Big East play coming up later this week, but for the Friars, Joe, now they'll go back for one final game, non-conference this Saturday. They'll go to Mohegan Sun in the Hall of Fame Classic and take on St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, that's the favorite game that the Friars have to use because they pulled out of that Mohegan
Sun
4-team tournament to go down to Atlantis.
Yep.
Probably should have stayed in that Mohegan one. but
best laid plans.
Now they got that game at Mohegan, and the St. Bonaventure is a good team. They're playing good basketball, so that should be an enjoyable game to watch.
Yeah, but if you're Tim, if you're Kim, I should say, started to say, with the time to work on things, and you've got one more non-league game to play before you go back to conference play against St. John's on the 20th, I believe. Is that right? Yeah.
Yep,
St. John's the next game because they'll have 6 days off. They got to finish finals and all that kind of stuff. I mean, is it a distraction to go away one more time before you get into conference play overall?
No, you want to keep the thing. You want to keep rolling with what's been successful for you. The defense now. He's figured out. Hey, listen, we're not going to fight over the screens all the time. They'll probably do it occasionally, but now they can switch everything. It depends upon the matchup. Who's out on the floor.
So a game like this helps teach them that it's almost like practice, as Oswin actually told us in the interview.
Well, he said principles 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And if everybody knows the principles, you have 4 guys playing defense and the 5th guy doesn't know what he's supposed to be, everything breaks down. So the principles, they all know what they're supposed to do, and I thought they did that very well in the last 5 minutes of the game and overtime.
Friars improved to 7-4, 1-0 in the league. They win it 70-63 in overtime. Our thanks to studio producer Sam Chozik and our engineer Nick Hepner, who always takes good care of us. And I think, Nick, we're at least 6-1 in this building with you, brother. So thank you for all your good work that we get from you each time we come visit Chicago. For my partner, Joe Hassett, I'm John Rooke. Again, the Friars win it in overtime, 70-63. It'll be the Friars and the Bonnies of St. Bonaventure Saturday, 5 p.m. tip at Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. We'll have the broadcast right here on News Talk 99.7 and AM 630 WPRO beginning at 4:40 p.m. Saturday afternoon. The tip-off at 5. Friars and Bonnies, 2 old school ECAC rivals, renew the rivalry. That'll be Saturday. Until then, so long, everybody. Thank you, Sam. Are you on Saturday? Sam, you still there? Guess not.